Athletics.
Online
From Portland's West Side.
we are Westside Mobile Media.
Banks, Oregon.
Welcome to this broadcast of an OSAA On Point Community Credit Union State Championship event. Serving more than 452,000 members, On Point Community Credit Union is the largest locally headquartered credit union and is the proud title sponsor of OSAA State Championships. Your local Toyota dealers are proud to support the OSAA. Toyota, let's go places. The OSAA Radio Network is presented by Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Banks Braves High School Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling, brought to you by Andy McNabb Allstate, Banks Post Newspaper, Chris Ressing of Edward Jones Financial Forest Grove, EconoFab Pole Buildings, Jason Bond Remodeling, Jim's Market, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, LaHaye's Custom Embroidery of Hillsborough, Main Street Pizza, Northside Rock, Oregon Army National Guard, Oregon Coffee Roaster, Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams Realty, Scoggins Creek Coffee, Shannon Jennings Insurance, Specialty Screen Printing, Teninti's Pizza, Terry Powell American Family Insurance, and Wana Credit Union. Now here's the voice of Westside Mobile Media, Trevor Beard, alongside color analyst Jonathan Lee.
Good afternoon from Beaverton High School. Tonight, or this afternoon, it's the 4th seed Banks Braves taking on the 5 seed Mazama Vikings. These two teams not separated by much in the final rankings to determine the 2021 OSAA On Point 4A State Football Playoffs. Both these teams coming off pretty convincing wins, especially the Mazama Vikings after beating their opponent last week, who actually escapes my memory at the moment, but last week Banks defeated Hidden Valley 29-0 at Harefield in Hillsborough. And Jonathan, maybe you can refresh my memory on Mazama's opponent last week.
It was the North Eugene Highlanders in Klamath Falls, and the Vikings used their veer offense to run over, around, and through the Highlanders last week in that 42-0 round one win in Klamath Falls. Mazama ran for nearly 400 yards in that game. That number is going to be synonymous because in every game they ran, looking back over their stats on digitalscout.com, little shout out for them, that's been pretty much the story for this Mazama team. They rush for 399 yards. They have some sort of fascination with that number because in every game it's been right about 399 yards, and they will just pound it and pound it and pound it. It's the expression ground and pound. That's Mazama Vikings. They run first, throw when necessary, and boy, do they have a kid that can throw the football all over the field.
New quarterback this year for Mazama,
Tyson Van Castle. He's a sophomore. He's 6'3". We were talking with the Mazama radio announcers before the game and saying that he has a similar build to their senior quarterback last year.
last time these two teams played was at Cottage Grove High School in the regular season last year. The only non-league opponent for the Banks Braves in a COVID season that saw most teams play just a regular league schedule, and Mazama was not on the original schedule for the Braves last year, as that was a game scheduled late due to a COVID issue with Seaside. So Banks in that 35-0 loss, not a lot of time to prepare, just about a day and a half. Probably a main reason for that huge blowout loss last year. I know you weren't at that game, but anytime you have maybe about 24 hours to prepare for an opponent, you're not going to have a whole lot of chance at success.
Yeah, definitely going to be a lot more interesting scenario this time around. Banks has definitely had a full week of preparation to prepare and, really a full season. I mean, they've got 10 games coming in. So does Mazama, but 10 games coming in here. 8-game winning streak on the line and a chance to go to the Final Four and play the best team in the state of Oregon in Class 4A football next week in the semifinals, and that would be the machine that is the Marshfield Pirates. But that's looking ahead. But, a full week of preparation, certainly a whole lot better than 24 hours or 48 hours.
Bank star running back Jamar Flippin, we know he was at Division I Washington last week for the Oregon game for a recruiting visit. Jonathan, you said earlier he needs just 107 yards to surpass 1,000, which is a pretty big milestone for high school football. Talk about that a little bit. What would that mean if Mazama won and held Jamar less than 100 yards?
Well, you and I were talking about it as I was mentioning. He's got his average right now is 99 yards per game, and we said, could you imagine if Mazama held him to like 99 yards? He doesn't get that 600-yard rushing game, and he's like 7 yards shy of 1,000 yards. But Jamar's a tough kid and runs hard, and if Jamar, what would that mean if Jamar doesn't get 100 yards? Well, that would mean that Banks is headed back west to Banks and ending their season and getting ready for basketball, because we've said it before this season, when Jamar runs for 100 yards, the Banks Braves win the football game. So, and he's done it 5 times this year, and they're on a current 8-game winning streak. He's been right on the cusp in those other 3 games of breaking 100 yards too. But not to take anything away from anybody else, I mean, they also got a gunslinger of their own in Cooper Goebel, who can throw the ball over the field. He's thrown for over 1,500 yards this season in his senior year. I got to tell you, I mean, you mentioned Jamar taking visits to Washington. We know he took visits to Southern Oregon. If there's not a college coach or a college program that has their eye on Cooper Goebel, you are making a grave mistake, because this kid is, I can't think of too many better quarterbacks, better passers. And Cooper is not just a passer. He can run the football too. He's got almost 300 yards rushing this season and 4 touchdowns. And Jamar, added on to his 893 yards right now, has 10 touchdowns rushing as well. So this is a Banks team that is full of weapons, and they can get it going at any time. And on the defensive side of the football, a potentially huge game for Davon Vereen. He's coming in as one of the, Michael Vereen, number 53. He's a defensive end. He's coming in with 21.5 tackles for loss, one of the leaders in the state. And actually, he is, the last check, the leader in the state for tackles for loss this season.
Well, we'll go ahead and take a short break and be back in just a moment with Lee's keys to the game and a look at other scores from the other 3 quarterfinal matchups held last night. You're listening to the 2021 OSAA On Point for a football quarterfinals between the number 5 Mazama Vikings of Klamath Falls and the number 4 seed Banks Braves.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
We've been growing to serve people. You know, parent people, working people, teacher people, and student people too. We added 20 new branches in Fred Meyer locations, hired more on-point people, and continued to give back to people in our community. If all that makes you think we're your kind of people, then we're ready to help you too. On Point Community Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Dear Exit Strategy, no matter which Toyota you choose, there's an exit from the ordinary to match. See you soon, Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer or toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places.
And we're back. The 2021 OSAA On Point 4A state football quarterfinals between the number 5 seed Mazama Vikings of Klamath Falls and the 4 seed Banks Braves. And Jonathan, before we get into Lee's keys, the last time two teams played separated by just one seed. That was Henley and Tillamook. And hope we don't see the same scenario play out tonight. Number 9, Henley, the higher seed than Tillamook with a 35-14 win. If we see that tonight, it's going to mean a Banks loss.
Well, absolutely right. That 8-9 matchup is, I talked with you a couple weeks or so ago or last week about that. That's usually more of a toss-em game. You got two teams that can kind of go either way. Now when you get into the 4-5, you got two elite teams, and that 4th team, which is Banks, is looking to show themselves that they can play with the top two teams in like Marshfield and Marist.
Before we talk about scores from other games last night, why don't you go into Lee's keys to the game?
Yeah, right there, you see it right there. Number 1 is redirect the veer. That is the veer offense for the Mazama Vikings. And, Seaside, they run the veer as well. They run sort of a variation of that. And we saw that Banks' vast improvement there. They completely shut down and shut out the goals attack. But the real test comes today. What they'll see against Mazama is the whole kit and caboodle. It's all that and a bag of tricks. So how improved is this Banks defense against the run from week 2 at Estacada? Well, the answer to that question will be the result of tonight's game. Pass run balance, you just look at the Mazama and who they played this year. The teams that they beat, most of the teams they play don't have a great complement between pass and run, but the teams that they've lost to, they have 2 losses this year. That's Cascade and Marshfield. Cascade didn't really pass the ball too well against them, but they ran the ball very well against them. But Marshfield, great balance. 340 yards passing, $140 running the ball against these Mazama Vikings. Now, that was back on September 3rd in week 1, and this is week 11 and November 13th. So a lot of time there, but still the point is that Cooper Goebel he's got a bevy of receivers to throw the ball to. He's completed touchdown passes to 5 different receivers for the Banks Braves this year. So if he can be on target with his offense, the offensive line can find running holes for Jamar to run through, and also Cooper to get some runs, get that pass run balance. It'll be interesting to see how Mazama handles that today. I think that could be a key for Banks. And then, of course, turnover margin. In a game like this, you got to play mistake-free football. Turnovers by either side in this type of a game with this type of opponent, Banks and Mazama, it can make or break your game. It really can. So force more than you make. The team with more takeaways than giveaways usually comes out on top. And I'll tell you this right now, this Mazama team does not give the football away. They only have 3 turnovers all season long. They are forcing 16 on the season. So the team that forces more turnovers, takeaways than giveaways will win the football game.
Other scores from last night as we look at the Wanna Credit Union scoreboard from the 4A state quarterfinals played last night. No surprise, Mazama big over Henley 42-7. We did have a surprise, though, as number 7 seed Marist went to Scio, basically a home game for Cascade, and blew them out. That game was close midway through the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Cascade actually led that game very early on. I was listening to our good friend Matt Jarvis on the Marshfield broadcast last night, and I believe the last score that I heard, like in the first half, Cascade was actually leading that game. And then when I saw the score, Marist was like, whoa, that's a heck of a comeback. So congratulations to Marist moving on.
62-34, something like that, the final score in that game. And then Lane Jensen, our friend at Estacada, 44-22 win over LeGrand, a team they beat earlier in the season on the other side of the mountain. Estacada hosting last night. Estacada will host Marist again. That game probably at Sandy High School, which is where they played LeGrand last night. Banks, a team with a lot of especially playoff experience against Marist. Not very likely, but a chance those two teams could meet in the championship game if Banks is able to get past Marshfield next weekend if they beat Mazama here this afternoon.
Yeah, big chore right here. Number 1, just take care of the team that's in front of you. Take care of your business right there. It's nice to kind of look ahead and see what's a possibility, and there are some great matchups ahead, but you got to focus on the task at hand today.
We'll go ahead and take a 1-minute break. Actually, we'll keep it here for the national anthem. twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We'll pray I never have to do that again. Sure mission that band.
2:45 to go before the kickoff of today's game. We'll, I think, keep it here as we break down the field layout and the uniforms for both teams. Mazama will be in their road white uniforms with royal blue stripes, royal blue numbers, and royal blue kind of three-stripe V pattern on the helmets with the V on both sides and then the stripe down the center.
Michael Vereen and Chuck White are the captains today for the Banks Braves, and also Braden Ball, also a captain for the Banks Braves.
Banks will be wearing their home navy blue uniforms, Vegas gold numerals, navy blue pants with Vegas gold mirrored diamond pattern.
Mazama has won the toss. Oh, no, they called the toss. Excuse me. Looks like Banks has won the toss.
White helmets for the Braves with navy blue stripe down the center and the Vegas gold and navy blue arrowhead logo on the sides of the helmets.
Banks wins the toss, will defer, and Mazama will receive, and they will be driving from the north to the south as the Beaver Dam here at Beaverton, the Beaverton High School runs north to south, just off of Farmington Road.
As the title sponsor of the OSAA State Championships, On Point does everything it can to help our team and community get ahead. On Point delivers the local banking and lending its members need to reach their goals and make more possible. Visit On Point at onpointcu.com. On Point is federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Just a further geographical aid as to the construction, the configuration here of the Beaver Dam at Beaverton High School. If you're driving north on 217, you're going to be driving towards the school here on Beaverton High School. Kind of runs parallel. It's almost parallel to Highway 217, but we're several blocks away from Highway 217.
Wyatt Hesselman to tee it up as Mazama will be receiving the opening kickoff. Banks won the opening toss and will defer to the second half. And it's going to be fielded off of a high bounce at about the 10. Getting to the outside is number 10. Gets a decent return up to about the 33-yard line. Brody Hubble on the return. 5'10", 185-pound junior.
The return man for the Vikings was number 10, Brody Hubble. Vikings have a 1st and 10, ball at the 33.
Tyson Van Gastel under center for the Vikings. Man in motion. They fake the toss, and looks like a good gain of about 5 up to about the 38, close to the 40, second down and 5.
Michael Perrine making the stop for the Banks Braves as he came right up from his left in position and was right there to wrap up the ball carrier.
Zeke Heaton, a gain of 6. Remember his name from last year, 5'10", 195-pound senior running back.
Braves going with a 3-man defensive front with Dylan Smith up on the edge.
Monteith set up at tight end and tripping forward. Looks like close to the first down.
Dylan Smith was the first one to get to him as he wrapped him up around the legs and brought him down. Cut him at the legs and couldn't let him get too much more yards.
1st and 10 for the Vikings from their own 43. Just enough for the first down. Original line of scrimmage, the 33.
Chuck White, your starting middle linebacker today.
Man in motion, Aiden Kint, and give up the middle. Not much there. Much better job that time by the front line of the Braves. Only about a yard or maybe 2 to the 45.
Yeah, that was again Michael Perrine making a stop. He was right there, coming up in the middle right there to wrap up Aiden Kent and just not allowing him to really get his motor running.
Actually giving forward progress to the 46, second down and 7. 10:15 to go in the opening quarter, opening drive of the game for the Mazama Vikings. Van Gastel under center. Man in motion and give off the left side, about another 2 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5, and best opportunity for the Braves to come away with the stop as Mazama picked up a first down on their first set of downs.
Dylan Smith, the first one in there on the tackle right there, and then Jamar Flippin coming up from his safety position to finish him off.
So 3rd down and 5. This is kind of an in-between area where anything more than 5, you normally pass 5 yards unless sometimes run, but Mazama not a passing team. We'll see if they keep it on the ground.
It's like the linebackers today, Drew Brown and Chuck White. Chuck White is...
And Kint is going to get the first down and more. Down to about the 46, and it is a first down Mazama.
Yeah, I think Kent just found the hole right there. Chuck White, before the play, he had came up, ran up to the line. He bounced up the line, came back, and then ran back to the line of scrimmage there, and it left up a hole right there. Is it just I think it's Michael Perrine was on his own out there on the right side, and Kent just found the weakness right there.
Van Gastel head out the far side, and big carry for number 2, Trevor Anderson, all the way down to the 30, a gain of 14 or 15 yards. And I hope we're not seeing the same issues come back that hurt the Braves in week 2 at Estacada.
Yeah, Trevor Anderson was their leading rusher for Mazama last week, rushed for 170 yards on 11 carries. He is not the starting running back, but he's one of those many for the Mazama Vikings.
1st and 10 for the Vikings from the Braves 30. Fake the handoff off the right side, and we'll give it to number 5, Zeke Heaton. Again, short gain of about 2, second down and 8.
Again, Chuck White in to make the stop. Dylan Smith also in there. Dylan Smith's been very active, normally the cornerback, but coming up a lot, kind of playing in that nickel back position for the Banks Braves today.
We didn't talk about it too much in Lee's keys to the game, but I think another thing to mention is Braves really need to force Mazama into 3rd down and long situations and see what they can do passing the ball with that ground attack. And another big push. Again, big offensive line for Mazama. Gets another first down inside the 20. First down Vikings.
Yeah, you mentioned push right there, Trevor. That's a very operative word right there. Right now the Mazama Vikings are just having their way against Banks. They're pushing them all the way down the field. they're doing whatever they want, and Banks is just showing no resistance whatsoever so far on this drive.
Mazama in the red zone on the opening drive of the game, 7:25 to go, and Heaton again is going to get down close to the 15. I think pickup of about 4 to the 16.
Logan Kine was the one to wrap him up and make the stop, but not really stop. He was the one that corralled him, because right now Mazama is just forcing their will and doing anything they want. Like I said, Banks is not showing any resistance on the defensive line. They're more or less corralling them at the end of the run rather than stopping them.
Actually, just a gain of 3 to the 17. Mazama has already had the ball on this drive for over 5 minutes. Van Gastel, toss off the far side and getting tripped up at the 10. It'll be enough for the first down, though. Looks like number 9, Aiden Kint again off the near side. First down for the Vikings.
Yeah, and a good job by Banks, though, to keep him in bounds to keep the clock running, but
First down Vikings, ball just at the 10.
Aiden Kent just picking his way through the Banks defense right now.
First and goal for the Vikings from the Braves 10. Van Gastel to Aiden Kint. Nearly tripped up. Yeah, a face mask is going to get called on the Braves. And that's going to put Mazama half the distance to the goal.
Tackled by 31, Jamar Flippin.
Should be a face mask against us.
Well, there's the first mistake. We talked about playing mistake-free football. You just can't have those kind of mistakes against teams like the Mazama Vikings, because those kind of mistakes will come back to bite you.
First and goal from the 4. And easily in for the touchdown is Brandon Gailey, his first carry. And Mazama's on the board first, 6-0 with 6:02 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, he just walked right in. He was right off the right tackle right there and just waltzed his way right to the end zone. I mean, he could have made a sandwich and ate it before he went into the end zone to score. And that's what I said. The Banks defensive line on that drive just has not been able to show any. They didn't really show any resistance. They're playing catch up. They're basically just, as the Mazama running backs are getting through, they're just like wrapping them up and bringing them down after they get their yards.
Attempting the kick will be number 22, listed as running back Trace Horton.
Yeah, Trace Horton is their special teams player.
So Mazama taking almost the entire first half of the first quarter. 6:02 left and a 6-0 lead for the Vikings, pending the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is not very high, but it is good. And with 6:02 left in the first quarter, it's now the Vikings 7 and the Banks Braves nothing. We'll be back after this from Pacific Office Automation.
So if that answers all your our voice over internet systems?
Sounds perfect.
Well done. Let's try it again. This time, ask about data security.
Yeah!
Let's do it!
Would you enjoy working on a world-class team with the best training in the country? Then consider a career at Pacific Office Automation. Join our fast-growing team where we offer strong benefits and competitive compensation. Apply at pacificoffice.com/careers. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
And we're back. Stay connected to your favorite team with OSAA Live mobile app. OSAA Live features the latest scores, schedules, and rankings for all teams and leagues across Oregon. Access OSAA state championship programs Read the latest prep news and information and search OSAA Live in the App Store or on Google Play to download today.
Well, the Braves will get their first possession of the game here.
Oh, and Aaron Brown hits him right in the chest and nearly fumbles it. It's going to go all the way back inside the 5, and the Braves not a very good start to today's game.
Yeah, that was not exactly what the Braves wanted to have there to start there. Already with facing hole with Mazama driving the length of the field to get momentum, and now you give them a special teams blunder right there to give them even more momentum, and the defense is in a things not a good start for the Banks Braves.
1st and 10 for the Braves from the 5. 5:53 left in the first quarter. Cooper Goebel to lead the Braves on their opening drive from auspicious conditions deep out of their own territory. Goebel is standing just inside the goal line. Man in motion for the Braves is Jack Lyda. Pass out to Charlie White down the near side. Stiff arm. 30, 35, 40 off to the races. 50, nobody's going to touch him. Charlie White, 95 yards for the touchdown.
Well, if you wanted to get momentum back in a hurry, that is a great way to do it right there. One pass, 95 yards like you said, and Charlie White was taking that one to the house. Ain't nobody was going to stop him on that play. Great contingency of fans from Banks up cheering on that one across the way. Good to see.
Charlie White leading for a receiver from last year. Not sure where he stands on that list this year, but definitely showed it on that play as the tight end rumbled 95 yards again. Hope there's college scouts in attendance today to see that play. Has someone to attempt the extra point with 5:38 left in the opening quarter. Snap a little bit high, down, and it is through just inside the left upright, and we're tied at 7 with 5:38 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Jim's Market.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
And we're back. The OSAA is going digital with Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing partner of the OSAA. Access tickets for all first round through state championship finals via the OSAA website or OSAA Live app. Order your tickets in advance and present your digital ticket at the gate. Convenient, paperless, and easy to use. Visit osaa.org/tickets. Wyatt Hesselman ready to kick it off after the Braves have tied the contest on one play, a 95-yard pass play from Cooper Goebel to Charlie White. Play took 24 seconds, 6:02 when they got the ball to start their first drive of the game after Mazama had drove all the way down, took nearly the first half of the first quarter to score their opening touchdown of the game.
Well, we talked about in the pregame that pass-run balance that would be interesting test against Mazama, and there we saw the pass part of it already, 95 yards just like that. That's more passing yards than Mazama's given up the last few games.
And tackled right at the 10-yard line, Braden Gailey on the return. And last time it was the Braves having issues on special teams. Nice job making up for it there by special teams defense of the Braves.
Well, so far both teams coming out with getting momentum with a big offensive surge. With Mazama, it was driving the length of the field. Banks, it was the 195-yard play, and then following it up with big special teams plays off the kickoff.
Van Gastel, man in motion, I believe, is Kint, and not much there. Better job defensively by the line that time. Looked like number 2, Trevor Anderson, on the carry for a short gain.
Yeah, it'll be interesting this time to see what adjustments the Banks Braves coaches up in the box have relayed down to Coach Cole Linehan and his staff on the field to see what they need to do to kind of slow down this running attack of Mazama and not let them drive the length of the field.
Looks like a gain of just about a yard. 2nd down and 9 from the 11. Big number 66 for Mazama coming in late. That's 604, 290. Keegan McDonald, the offensive lineman. Brendan Monteith lined up at the tight end to the near side. 2 receivers set. Now man in motion is Kint. Now stops his progress, and Mazama has issues. I think Kint couldn't look like he couldn't figure out which way to go, and that kind of held up the Mazama offense. I think that time again just a short gain on the play.
Yeah, Banks, their defensive line was doing all sorts of little stunting and switching there on the line as they were getting in the right position to line up, and they looked like they knew what was coming that time on that play. And Michael Vereen was in there. Also looked like Drew Brown was also in there as well.
Likely passing down for Mazama. First time they've been in that situation today on their 2nd drive of the game. We'll see if they go to the air, but right now it looks like Van Gastel still under center. Will pass, back to throw, and hit, and it's caught easily for the first down to Burke. Sabian Burke, number 6, with the first down reception out close to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Banks was bringing the heat that time. They were coming at him and just kind of left Burke wide open out there, kind of out there in the flat, and Van Gastel did a great job. Like I said, this team will run the football. They will pass when necessary. And when necessary comes, like right there, they've got a quarterback that can find those receivers.
Gain of 18 or 15 to the 28. And another big push, short gain maybe to the 30. Just maybe about a yard or 2 2nd down for the Vikings.
Yeah, Van Gastel will run the football as well. He's mostly there. If they get in a short yardage situation or they need just a yard or two, Van Gastel is your guy right there.
Actually, a gain of 6 from the 2nd down and 6, a short gain of 4. Van Gastel off the far side. Close to the 35. It's going to be 3rd down and short. Looks like about 3 yards.
Yeah, Trevor Anderson carrying the ball that time off the left side, just following his blockers off the tackle.
Brendan Monteith, the tight end, not the quarterback, coming in with the play from the sideline. 3rd down and about 3 from the 34.
Yeah, Mazama brings different players in the play with different players.
And not going to get the first down, stopped at the 35, maybe the 36. It's going to be 4th down for Mazama.
Yeah, wrapping him up that time was Drew Brown, but he wrapped him up, but he also got bulldozed over for maybe even more yardage. So tack on a yard or 2 more off that play.
It's going to be 4th down and about a yard. We'll see if Mazama elects to go for it, and it looks like they're going to keep their offense on the field as Burke comes in from the sideline. 4th and a yard from the 36 of the Braves. Mazama elects not to punt. And sweep off the far side. He's going to lose yards. And the Braves are going to take over.
That is a huge stop for the Banks Braves right there after, like I said, the adjustments, great adjustments made by the Banks coaching staff that time to not let Mazama drive down the field and take time off the clock. And that time it was the Banks Braves that were coming, and they were bringing a lot more aggression.
A loss of 2 on the play, and with the game tied at 7, this may mark a huge turning point in the game with the Braves' excellent field position at the Mazama 34 after Mazama loses 2 on 4th and 1 from the 36. First and 10 for the Braves from the Vikings 34. Goebel out of shotgun, gives it to Jamar and runs into a pile and is pushed back. May actually lose about a yard, and that's with forward progress back to the 35.
Braves have a second and 10.
Loss of about a half a yard, second down, and still call it 10 yards. Looks like almost 5 receivers for the Braves. Trips to the near side. Goebel out of shotgun, quick throw out, nearly intercepted, but a flag comes in on the play late. And I'm wondering if this is either pass interference or roughing the passer.
I think either roughing the passer or possibly a holding penalty because it was thrown right at the line of scrimmage.
It's holding against the Braves.
Yeah, thrown right at the edge, right where the right tackle would be. So. Yeah, it's those mistakes again. Those mistakes that come up as you try going forward and gain, and then you make a mental mistake or a breakdown like that, and it sends you backwards.
So second down and 24 for the Braves from the Vikings 49. Goebel is going to actually it's
Number 32,
Charlie White on the carry, kind of a toss sweep for the normally lines up at tight end. It's going to be third down and long.
Yeah, it looked like Charlie actually took the snap that time off of kind of the Wildcat look.
So a gain of about 3 to the 46. Third down and about 20.
Braves need to get to about the 30-yard line or so to give Wyatt some room for a field goal. He has a pretty strong leg.
Timeout Banks. I saw from over here. Cole Linehan saw something he didn't like, racing down to the 45, whistling to get the coach's attention. 52 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 7 in the 2021 OSAA On Point 4A football playoffs quarterfinals.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your Banks Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
And we're back. 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Third down and long for the Braves after a holding penalty on second down. Third down and about 20 from the 46. Goebel out of shotgun. Looks to throw and has a man, Aaron Brown. Leaps and makes the effort for the grab, but bracketed by 2 defenders and a little slow to get up. Looked like he may have came down hard on the turf. It's going to be fourth down for the Braves, and they're going to have to punt, try to pin Mazama deep in their own end zone to the north side of the field.
Yeah, AB came up a little bit gimpy that time, favoring his, I think, left leg, but now he's jogging off the field and looks to be okay right there.
After both teams have scored on their opening drives, the defenses have seemed to settle in. Hesselman standing back at around his own 40. Gets it away, and this is going to bounce and be down at the 1, just in outside the goal line, and the Braves an excellent opportunity to pick up a safety.
Well, now that's both teams both ways now who have on special teams plays have put their opponent deep in their own territory. Of course, Mazama off the kickoff of the touchdown, they pinned the Braves within the 4. Now the Braves pinned Mazama deep, but of course we know what happened with the Braves when they were pinned deep, a big 95-yard play. So let's hope the Braves don't give up a huge run here. That is, if you're a Braves fan, you want to not hope that.
33 seconds left in the first quarter, tied at 7, and big push late. Mazama still carrying defenders all the way up past the 25.
Yeah, that was a rugby scrum right there. It's just they got the ball. Everybody was around the ball right there, and he would not be desired. Just kept his legs churning and just pushing the pile all the way forward. And that's a huge gain for the Mazama Vikings as they have life again.
There's a flag on the play, I think, though. They're moving the ball back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, you're right.
Penalty is against Mazama.
What was a huge lift for Mazama here in a time where they were kind of low. Now they're taken back, and we talk about it, mistakes, and now there's a mistake that Mazama makes, and as a break for Banks.
Did not see the flag on the play.
Ball is spotted right about the 1 foot line.
Van Gastel under center in his own end zone. And that'll be the horn for the end of the first quarter. I don't think they're going to get the play off. No play after 1 quarter. It's what you'd expect for a game separated by 2 teams by just 1 seed. Banks 7 and the Mazama Vikings of Klamath Falls 7 will be back after this from Wana Credit Union.
Small businesses represent so much more than the uniqueness of our area and the personality of our communities. Local business also represents the hard work and history of the places we live, which is why Wana Credit Union is staying open, so that your business can stay open too. Wana Credit Union offers all types of commercial lending options, including business credit cards, vehicle and equipment loans, small business lines of credit, and more. Stop by a branch, reach out to our commercial team, or check out wanafcu.org to open your doors and keep them open, so that your business thrives for years to come. Wana Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Dear driver, you're invited to save big on a new Toyota. Hurry in today. Visit toyota.com for more information. Toyota, let's go places.
And we're tied at 7, start of the second quarter. Mazama with second down and basically 10 from inside the 1 yard line after picking up a short half the distance penalty on what appeared to be a pretty decent carry led by the offensive line on a 25-yard, on a pile that lasted 25 yards. May have been the cause of the flag, though. Team switch ends. Now Mazama moving right to left. Van Gastel gets up to about the 5. And another late flag.
Jamar Flippin and Chuck White in on the stop that time for the Braves.
Aiden Kent on the carry. This time it appears to be against the Braves as Banks is backing up. Face mask against the Braves.
Personal foul variety, so it's a big 15-yarder. Automatic first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Mazama from their own 20. 11:54 left in the first half, tied at 7. Charlie White, a 95-yard pass catch for a touchdown on the opening play of the game for the Braves. Van Gastel looks to throw on first down, and it is tipped and caught and juggled out of bounds. Catch made at the 41-yard line by number 10, Brody Hubble.
Yeah, Jamar Flippin was over there. Aaron Brown was over there in coverage, and I don't think the ball was actually tipped. I think it was kind of leaped up for the ball but missed it. Van Gastel put enough height over that ball to get it over the defense and right to only where his man could catch it. So it's great passing catch by Tyler Van Gastel, or Tyson Van Gastel that time for Mazama.
1st and 10 for the Vikings, all the way up at the Braves, or at the Vikings 42. 11-19, and movement. I think we're going to have a false start on Mazama.
Yeah, I saw one of the linemen move. I think it was the right tackle that moved in there first for Mazama.
1st and 15 from the 37. Braves defense are set. Vikings come to the line. And Gastel fakes the toss off the far side. Aiden Kine spins. Is going to be held shy of the 40. A gain of about 2 will bring up 2nd down and 13.
Short gain. Tackled by the Braves out there. Number 23, Vereen, and number 1, Lida.
Stay up to date with everything high school, including news, stories, coaches, polls, and more by visiting OSAA Today. Go to osaa.org/today. Visit OSAA today. And Van Gastel out of shotgun again to throw, and it is nearly intercepted by Aaron Brown, underthrown, intended for, again, number 10, Brody Hubble.
Yeah, that ball was thrown just straight into the turf. It just kind of died right there. No height on it at all. And I mean, that ball was well short of his receiver, but even well short of Aaron Brown, who was there for the defense. So yeah, just kind of a weak pass that time by Van Gastel.
Tied at 7, 10, 13 to go, and he's going to lose. Van Gastel tried to keep, and he's going to lose back behind the original, or back behind where the ball was spotted after the false start penalty. It's going to bring a 4th down and long.
Great surge that time by the Banks defensive line. Braden Ball kind of stuttered step in there, but he had some help from his friends getting in there and just stopping that play before it really developed.
And kick is away, and it's going to take a high bounce at the 30, and Jamar picks it up at the 22 and is tackled right there. It is Jamar, but kind of a dangerous decision even to pick up the football.
Yeah, I don't understand why that's just a clear situation where you just leave it alone and get away from it. But, someone's I don't know if anybody did say that, but you got to, those situations where you teach your players to just say fire, 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 get away from the ball, don't touch it. He had no chance. I think he had ideas of trying to make something happen out of it. But, Mazama was right there. There was no way he was going to do anything with that football. It's just let it alone, bring your offense on the field.
9:39 to go in the first half, tied at 7. Goebel out of shotgun with flipping to his right. Gives it to Jamar. Thought he gave it to Jamar late. He may have kept it and gets up too close to the 25. A gain of about 2. It is Cooper Goebel on the short keeper.
Yeah, it was that run-pass option and just kind of that fake to – want to give you the look that it's going to Jamar, but he pulled it back, and he pulled it back really late. He kind of put it out there and just kind of quickly, and not late, but he quickly did it. Very, very deceptive look.
2nd down and 8 from the 25. Braves trying to get some things figured out quickly with their offense, and we have a timeout, Banks, I believe, with 8:48 to go. A little personnel issue there. Players rotating all over on the offensive line, and the Braves are going to have to use a timeout.
Yeah, Charlie White came over from the opposite side of the field all the way over to the left side of the field there. So, yeah.
We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from LaHaye's Custom Embroidery of Hillsboro.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com. Or call us at 503-648-2341.
And we're back, 8:48 to go in the first half, tied at 7 between the number 4 seed Banks Braves and the number 5 seed Mazama Vikings of Klamath Falls. Second down and 8 from the 25. Goebel out of shotgun, flipping to his right. Twins each side, and now Jack Lyda goes in motion to the opposite side. Goebel looks to throw, passes, has Lyda down the far side, 40, 35, 30, cuts back 25, finally brought down inside the 20, about the 18-yard line, and the Braves are in business again in the red zone with 8:37 to go in the first half.
Yeah, this is a great job as Lyda was down the far sideline, and Cooper Goebel doing what he does all season long, just finding him out there with nobody around him. And Cooper, I don't know, maybe he should have kept that ball going straight. He cut inside and allowed the defense a chance to get up to him.
So 55 yards on the pass play from Cooper Goebel to Jack Lyda down the far side. Goebel looks to throw again, out of shotgun, now steps up into the pocket. Is going to go down all the way back near the 25, 24-yard line. That's going to bring up second down and long. Loss of 4 on the play, second down and 14 from the 24. Still right on the edge of Wyatt Hesselman range. Trips to the far side, Lyda to the near side, the lone receiver to that side, flipping the lone back. Now Aaron Brown will go in motion left to right. Fake to give to Aaron. Give it to Jamar. Gets outside and gets back to the line of scrimmage. If that, it's going to bring up third down and long.
Yeah, Jamar had to kind of dance his way around those big hog molly defensive linemen up front. They get a lot of tall, big guys, does Mazama, and so Jamar had to kind of find his way through, and you know, he just couldn't quite find him. Got a little bit of yardage there, but yeah, just hard to see through those big guys.
We'll actually lose a yard back to the 25. Third down and 15. Flipping to the right of Goebel. Trips to the near side. Goebel looks to throw far side to Jack Lyda. Did he make the catch? It's Charlie White. No, incomplete. But is there a flag? Hey, Mazama coaches are upset about something. Maybe they wanted an offensive pass interference.
Yeah, I think that ball they might have a case because the ball looked like it was a little bit underthrown that time, and but I don't know. I mean, we're hard to tell from our vantage point. That was on the far side of the football field in the corner of the end zone.
Wyatt Hesselman looks like he's in to attempt what would be a 35-yard field goal from the left hash mark. Ball at the 25.
His longest this year was 36. I believe that was that was against Gladstone.
Right-footed kicker from the left hash mark. Christian Lyda, the backup quarterback, to hold. 6:49 left in the first half. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is low. And no good, wide to the left. I think it had just enough to get over the crossbar, but no good, wide left. 6:45 to go in the first half. Vikings will take over, 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Actually, it just dipped under the crossbar. It just went right under the crossbar, so it was almost there. It just didn't have enough oomph to it. It was on target, just not quite enough oomph.
1st and 10 Vikings, 6:45 left in the first half, tied at 7 after Wyatt Hesselman misses a 35-yard field goal, just short. Van Gastel brings the Vikings to the line, and gain of about 3, close to 4 yards for Trevor Anderson. Want to stay in shape, be involved in a sport you love, and earn money in the process? Become an athletic official. There's a shortage of officials in Oregon, and we need you now more than ever. Visit osaa.org/officials for more information and to get registered. Both defenses have settled down since opening scoring drives for each team. Tied at 7 nearing the 6-minute mark of the first half. Man in motion is Aiden Kint for the Vikings. And a big hole for Anderson, 35, 36, close to the 37 still. Now 45, 46-yard line. Looked like the pile had initially stopped around the 45 or around the 35-yard line, but a huge first down for Mazama, hoping to take the lead before halftime.
Yeah, Trevor Anderson, the 5'10", 195-pound junior running back, linebacker, just kind of, using that frame right there, just to keep his legs going and driving forward, and brought a whole host of Banks defenders around him. But just it looks like a little rugby scrum right there as he just kind of carried the pile forward. Great weapon half for Mazama.
1st and 10 from the Vikings, 46, 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Movement, and I'm going to call a late flag.
Looks like somebody might have flinched.
False start against the Vikings.
That's their second or third procedure penalty this half, and so as we talked about it all. Anybody talks about it all season long. You get that little bit of momentum going forward after a big play, and then you get that sort of letdown right there with a procedure penalty, and it sets you back a little bit, and then you just got to climb out of it and use that adversity.
1st and 10 for the Vikings from their own 41. 1st and 15 after the false start. Man in motion. And they're going to stop him at the 40, loss on the play, 2nd down and 16. And you talked about momentum. That penalty on the false start really seemed to hurt the Vikings on this drive.
Yeah, Drew Brown got in the backfield that time and pulled the Mazama Viking down and for another loss. And it's playing right in the hands of the Banks defense to just keep pushing him backwards, driving him back.
2nd down and 16. If they're able to hold here, that would likely put Mazama in a passing situation. Not a historic passing team, but Van Gastel's going to throw here, and a dying duck is, nearly intercepted by Jamar Flippin. Able to get a hand on it, climbed the ladder, but unable to bring it down. And that's going to bring a 3rd down and long for the Vikings.
Yeah, Jamar really went up high to try and get that. He put his left hand up there and his mid up there. It just couldn't out of his reach out there. Not a wide receiver is Jamar, but he is a receiving running back. But, that ball was a little bit too high.
3rd down and 16. Clock stops on the incompletion. 4.5 minutes left first half. Braves hoping to get the ball back and take the lead if Mazama cannot pick up the first down here. Man in motion is Kint. Toss sweep off the far side. And Kint is going to get just a couple of yards, but a flag on the play.
He's going to get nothing. A great pursuit by the Banks Braves defense to come around and surround the ball carrier that time and bottle him up.
Maybe a hold against Mazama. That would back them up another 15 yards. Yep, that's the call. Clean tackle by the back of the jersey, so I think the Braves would be wise to just decline it, and they will.
Yeah, they decline it because it's going to set up 4th down. It's a loss of down. It's already 4th and 16, so you force them into a situation where they got to punt the football away.
Jamar's got to be smarter with the football on this return, as tried to pick it up on the bounce and was hit immediately, nearly coughed up the football, standing back at around his own 25 high snap, and Jamar is going to let it bounce, and it's going to kick back upfield and die at the 20-yard line, far side, with exactly 4 minutes to go in the first half. So if you're Banks, just hold on to the football here. Don't give it back to Mazama, and try to go on a 4-minute drive and take the lead at halftime.
Yeah, much better time that job that time by the Banks special teams. Just let that ball, tell their players to get away from the football, let it go, let it be down, and just get our offense on the field with decent field position at the 20.
Tied at 7, 4 minutes to go in the first half. Number 4 seed Banks, number 5 seed Mazama. Both teams prolific scorers, but just one touchdown for each side in the first half. Goebel out of shotgun. Looks to throw on first down. Pass is caught. Charlie White, 25, 30. Hurdles the defender, gets out of bounds at about the 35. Will be enough for the first down and stops the clock. Just 6 seconds off the clock.
Just a nice little pitch and catch that time between Goebel and White, something they've been doing all year, and it's just just keep the chains moving, going down there and pick up some yards and see if we can get some points here on the scoreboard before halftime. It would be huge right here, and of course Banks does get the ball to start the second half.
Mark it at the 34, gain of 14 from the 20. Goebel again out of shotgun. Steps up and gets away at 35 and gets out of bounds, 37-yard line. So a nice job that time to get some yardage after what initially looked like it would be a quarterback sack behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, great decisions by Cooper Goebel as he's made all season long. He tried to look downfield and went through all of his progressions that time, didn't find anybody open, and so he did a great job to get away from the pressure that was coming on the backside and just to pick up a few yards to get something out of nothing. Great decision-making by Cooper Goebel.
Gain of 4 to the 38. 3:46 to go. Clock stops after the out-of-bounds play. Goebel looks to throw. Pass caught far side. Charlie White able to break an ankle tackle. 45, 46, 47-yard line. First down, Braves.
Yeah, great. Another great position there by Charlie White, the tight end. The 2 years in a row now, the Offensive Player of the Year in the Kawapa League or Special District 1. That just tells you all you need to know about what kind of player Chuck White is he's a tight end and is the Offensive Player of the Year 2 years in a row. He is a special player. Looked great in orange and black, I'll tell you that.
First and 10 for the Braves from their own 47, 3:15 first half. Goebel with flipping to his right, low snap, and rolls left away from pressure, still looking. Short pass, has a man, it's Hunter Smith. Nice job to go through the progressions and pick up close to another first down for a gain of 8 all the way into Vikings territory at the 45.
Yeah, that time Cooper Goebel goes with the check down, just a little in the flat there with Hunter Smith, as you mentioned, and Hunter just kind of turned around quickly to make sure to get that forward progress and puts him into a 2nd and 5 situation here. Maybe 2nd and 3, actually.
Second down and short for the Braves after the pass completion. Whistles and timeout, Mazama. 2:29 left in the first half. That will give us time to tell you this. For over 40 years, Pacific Office Automation has remained locally owned and operated, supporting the community and people and places that matter. That's why Pacific Office Automation continues to sponsor the OSAA year after year. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved. Jonathan, 2 prolific offenses coming into today's game. Definitely did not expect to see this type of score, at least in the first half. Just 1 touchdown for each team. Mazama averaging about 40 points a game on the season. Banks not giving up a whole lot defensively, so that's kind of playing right into the Braves' hands on that side of the football. But Mazama had a really good opening drive on the ground. Banks has got to try to limit the rushing yards for Mazama in the second half.
Right, you mentioned 2 prolific offenses, but to me, I think not a whole lot talked about between these defenses, who are very, very strong defensively, strong defensive teams, and that's really shown out here in this first half.
Official nearly tripped after spotting the football as Mazama comes to the line. Goebel out of shotgun on 2nd and short, rolls out of pressure, and it's intercepted by Van Gastel, the quarterback. 1st and 10 Mazama from their own 45. We talked about turnovers.
Yeah, that time he just right there, the secondary for Mazama playing center field that time and just stepped up and made the catch right there. And, we saw this happen last week in the first half for Cooper Goebel. You just got to have a short-term memory. You got to put that out of your head and go out there and play football. Don't let it happen again. But now the defense has really got to suck it up right here and not get that momentum back after Mazama just got some in the interception.
2:20 left in the first half, tied at 7. Mazama with the first takeaway after the Cooper Goebel interception, and a first down and more down the far side, and finally brought down all the way inside the 25 is Brandon Gailey.
Brandon Cayley listed at 5'9", 160. Could have fooled me because he looks like he's maybe about 6'3" out there. A big, tall, lanky guy, but only 5'9", 160, and has some moves like nobody's business, and showing it off right there.
Exactly 2 minutes now, under 2 minutes. Clock moving first half, tied at 7. Mazama hoping to take the lead before the half. Braves will get the ball first to start after halftime. And the give to Gailey. Short gain, better job defensively by the Braves defensive line.
Yeah, that was Chuck White that was right there and met Gailey right at the line of scrimmage and knocked him backwards and said, you're not going to go anywhere. But then also great sportsmanship by Chuck White to help him up after the play.
Second down and 8 from the 23. Mazama going to try to run out the clock and put points on the board before we head to the locker room. And the give all the way inside the 20 to about the 19. Aiden Kint on the carry. It'll be third down and short for the Vikings.
Yeah, Aiden Kent, just their steady diet, every down back, just be able to run through the line. And looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field.
Timeout Mazama, 1:05 left first half, tied at 7. Purchase your official state championships merchandise at osaastore.com with Rush Team Apparel, the exclusive merchandise partner of the OSAA. You have more options. You can even customize your gear with your school name, student athlete name, event decals, and more. Nike products are also available. Browse the selection of official state championships merchandise at osaastore.com. 1:05 left first half, tied at 7. Both teams score on their opening drives. Banks took just one play in 24 seconds after a 95-yard pass play from Cooper Goebel to Chuck White down the near side. And Mazama kept it on the ground for their opening drive that took basically the first half of the first quarter, 5:58 on their opening drive, that was on the ground all the way as the Vikings took the lead to start 7-0 on the opening drive of the game. Braves are set following Mazama's timeout. Third down, and it looks like about 3 from the 19. Actually, third and 4. Need to get to the 15 for the first down. Mazama has had a handful of passing plays today, but again, they'll keep it on the ground. Oh, they're going to try the reverse, and it's intercepted by Jamar Flippin at the 5, down the near sideline. A flag on the play, though, and Jamar, he's going to go all the way, but a flag on the play back at the 12-yard line.
This probably will be an illegal block in the back.
It should be on the return, though. It should still stand as Braves football with 48 seconds left.
Right, that's no question at that. Braves do have the football, but probably an illegal block in the back. We'll see what the official call is.
So Mazama tries a little trickery on a halfback pass from Aiden Kint. Well under through the football, intercepted by Jamar Flippin. And the thing is, that's flag is thrown at the 12. Unless it's a 5-yard penalty, it's going to be half the distance to the goal, which is going to put the ball inside the 10. And Banks would likely, in that position, just take a couple of knees and go in at halftime tied.
Result of the play is still Van Gassel intercepted by 31 Flippin. Braves will have a first down, 48 seconds remaining in the half.
Penalty is against the Braves on the interception return. Flag thrown at the 12. We'll see where they mark the football. It will mark it, I believe, at the 6, so half the distance to the goal. 48 seconds left. A couple of handoffs maybe to Jamar if he could break another one like that on the interception return. Banks could still go in at
yeah, didn't see what the official signal was from the white hat, but generally, in that situation, more than likely, it's an illegal block in the back. But, yeah, like you said, Trevor, with 48 seconds left on the clock, you got this much field. You know you have the ball to start the second half. So, I mean, I wouldn't really do anything cute. Maybe try to get a run here on first down from Jamar, but then after that, take a knee, take it to the halftime locker room.
Whistles. Timeout, Mazama.
Yeah, I don't think they were ready for that. Banks was had multiple receivers set out there, and I don't think Mazama was quite ready for that.
On Point Community Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the OSAA State Championship. On Point is Oregon's largest locally headquartered credit union, serving more than 455,000 members. Visit onpointcu.com. On Point is federally insured by the National Credit Union Association, the NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity. Timeout, Vikings. 48 seconds to go in the first half. Braves with the football following the interception from Jamar Flippin. One turnover for each team now in the first half. Each quarterback throwing an interception. Well, actually, it wasn't the quarterback throwing the interception that time. It was the halfback, Aiden Kint, on a trick play that the Braves read beautifully on a drive where Mazama had a chance to go in at halftime and take the lead. Global out of shotgun, still looks to throw, and still looking, passes, throw! Through the hands, and it's intercepted by Aiden Kint. Braves decide to go on the pass play with 48 seconds left and catch Mazama off guard. And Mazama's right back in business, pretty much where they were when they just threw the interception a moment ago. So teams trading turnovers now after a pretty much mistake-free first half.
Yeah, that is exactly why you do not pass in that situation. I have no idea what the offensive coordinator, Justin Tufts, and Coach Cole Linehan were thinking on that idea, going with the pass. You just, run the football with your horse, Jamar Flippin, and if you don't get anything after that, you take a knee because you're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's on the coaches right there. That's a poor decision.
Van Gastel under center. And give to number 2, Trevor Anderson, down to the 5.
Yeah, that last play for Banks, that's the kind of play right there that could just cost you your season right there. Because now you give Mazama a chance to score, go into the locker room, get huge momentum.
And give up the middle. Mazama is in for the touchdown.
Put an asterisk next to that interception right there because that could be the play of the game right there.
Trevor Anderson gives Mazama the lead with 13 seconds left in the first half, 13-7. Braves decide to go to the air with 48 seconds left out of the shadow of their own end zone from the 6-yard line, and it's intercepted. Next 2 plays later, Mazama scores. And the extra point is up and through. 13 seconds to go in the first half. It's now Mazama 14 and the Banks Braves 7. We'll keep things here before we head to halftime. No rain after arc-like conditions the last couple of days due to a tropical atmospheric storm coming out of Hawaii that had a flood warning effect until earlier this morning at 6 o'clock. Some low clouds and fog in the area, not over the field, but definitely around the Beaverton area that we can see from where we are. Jamar Flippin back at about his 19. Kick is away and is going to be taken and given off the reverse to Jamar down the far side. And finally tripped up at midfield. 5 seconds left. the Braves are going to have time for one play to hopefully erase a horrible decision with 48 seconds left that led to Mazama taking the lead with 13 seconds after the interception thrown by Cooper.
Well, if you're going to throw a pass in that situation when you're down by your goal line, when you're on the 50-yard line with 5 seconds, I would expect them to do the same thing.
Flag against the Braves, so that may take away the possible pass play from the Braves to tie the game. It looks like it's a personal foul variety, too. Mark it at the 26. This will likely just be to take a knee or maybe a handoff to Jamar, although Jamar is not lined up. Goebel will just take a knee, and that'll do it for the first half. After 24 minutes of play, it's 5-seed Mazama 14, and the Banks Braves, almost said Beaverton Beavers, Banks Braves 7. Cooper Goebel, a second interception with 48 seconds to go in the first half that led to the go-ahead touchdown with 13 seconds from Mazama.
I don't know if this is an omen or not, but right as the teams were heading off the field, I looked up in the sky and the birds were flying in a V formation, flying south, down south toward Klamath Falls.
Well, hopefully things will not go that way in the second half. Mazama, a 14-7 lead. 2 interceptions for the Braves, 1 for the Vikings. Charlie White, a 95-yard touchdown catch for the Braves on the opening play. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back after this. You're listening to the 2021 OSAA On Point 4A football quarterfinals between the number 5 seed Mazama Vikings and the 4 seed Banks Braves. It's the Vikings 14 and the Banks Braves 7. We'll be back in 2 minutes on Westside Mobile Media.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
We've been growing to serve people. You know, parent people, working people, teacher people, and student people too. We added 20 new branches in Fred Meyer locations, hired more on-point people, and continued to give back to people in our community. If all that makes you think we're your kind of people, then we're ready to help you too. On Point Community Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. I'm Chris Recheck, your Forest Grove Edward Jones financial advisor. At Edward Jones, we believe in building a complete picture of your financial life, including your goals and passions, so we can help you work toward achieving what's most important to you. Call me at 503-359-4092 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Dear Exit Strategy, no matter which Toyota you choose, there's an exit from the ordinary to match. See you soon, Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer or toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places.
And we're back halftime. Number 5 seed Mazama 14, number 4 seed Banks Braves 7, and Jonathan, a boneheaded move by the Braves offense late in the first half, trying to catch Mazama's defense off guard from their own 6-yard line, and it's intercepted, and 2 plays later, Mazama takes the lead on the ground, especially against a ground and pound team. You don't want to give the ball back to them inside your own 20 with under a minute left in the first half and the game tied.
Yeah, it's just it goes to that saying, know your opponent, and just really not. That's right there, totally underestimating your opponent, thinking that they're not going to be sitting back ready for that. In that situation, like we talked about, and we can second guess, what the coaches were deciding, all we want. We don't know what they're really talking about, but it's just like, I don't know, was that a situation where maybe Cooper saw something that he wanted to take advantage of, and the coaches said, because you got to wonder, it's like, why would you try to do that against this Mazama defense? And maybe they thought, because, they had beaten them, they broke a play down the left sideline before with Christian Leida, and maybe they saw another, mismatch right there, but just not going the way of the Banks Braves that time. So, there's 100 of scenarios that you could think of what they're going to do. Maybe Cooper saw, a breakdown in coverage there, but I don't know, whatever it was. It's not the way that Banks would have liked to gone into the locker room at halftime when you get the ball to start the second half. Now you get the ball to start the second half. What you're like talking about in that locker room is like coming out, flush that out of your memory, come out and trying to get this game even.
And that interception play just before the end of the half, I don't think it was on Cooper as much as it was the receiver. It was right in his hands, maybe a little bit too much zip on it, and a little bit too hot for the receiver to handle, and popped it up like a fly ball, and Aiden Kint able to come away with the interception for the Vikings, who scored 2 plays later. We'll take a 2-minute break and take a look at other scores around state playoffs for high school football this afternoon. You're listening to the 2021 OSAA On Point 4A football playoffs quarterfinals between the number 5 seed Mazama Vikings and the number 4 seed Banks Braves, live from Beaverton High School at the half. It's Mazama 14 and the Banks Braves 7.
Hey Brave fans, this is Chris Leida, the voice of the Braves, here to tell you about Econofab Buildings. Econofab is a 3rd-generation family-owned and operated pole building company located right here in Brave Country. Econofab has been in business for almost 50 years, constructing shops, garages, and barns. I had them build my 2 shops, and as a satisfied and repeat customer, I'm here to tell you that Econofab puts the fab in fabulous. Go visit them online at econofabbuildings.com.
So if that answers all your questions about your new cloud storage, would you like to hear about our voice-over internet systems?
Sounds perfect.
Well done. Let's try it again. This time, ask about data security.
Yeah! Let's do it! Would you enjoy working on a world-class team with the best training in the country? Then consider a career at Pacific Office Automation. Join our fast-growing team where we offer strong benefits and competitive compensation. Apply at pacificoffice.com/careers. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street pizza.
Small businesses represent so much more than the uniqueness of our area and the personality of our communities. Local business also represents the hard work and history of the places we live, which is why Wana Credit Union is staying open, so that your business can stay open too. Wana Credit Union offers all types of commercial lending options, including business credit cards, vehicle and equipment loans, small business lines of credit, and more. Stop by a branch, reach out to our commercial team, or check out wanafcu.org to open your doors and keep them open so that your business thrives for years to come. Wana Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
And we're back. Halftime, number 5 seed Mazama Vikings, the 4A District 5, also known as the Skyline League champs, 14. Number 4 seed, the Banks Braves, the 4A District 1 Co-op League champs, 7. And Jonathan Lee has a look at the Wanna Credit Union scoreboard with other scores from other playoff games going on around the state today and finals from last night.
Yeah, and going on today, here's one score that, second quarter. This is 1A state football playoffs. Adrian leading Doover 56-0. That is in the second quarter. That's got to be at halftime by now. This is in 4A or 3A state football playoffs. One of our area schools, Columbia County, Rainier losing to Vale 14-6. That game is in the second quarter or nearing halftime. And got a score from last night. The Lakeview Honkers beat Bandon 27-26. Other games that were played last night, 6A games were in the second round last night. So they're because they have 32 teams that went into the playoffs, where the rest of the classes had just 16 more schools in 6A. So you got more schools in the playoffs. But 6A games last night in the area. Congratulations to the Jesuit Crusaders. They're right here in Beaverton on the other side of Highway 217. They beat Clackamas last night, 19-7, to keep their season alive. But, congratulations. Now you get to play the top-seeded Lake Oswego Lakers next week. Mountainside fell to Central Catholic, the defending 6A state champions, beating Central Catholic beating Mountainside last night, 48-17. Mountainside did show some greatness at the end of that game. Senior quarterback Brian Mannion throwing a late fourth quarter touchdown in that game. Simpson ran for a touchdown also in the end. So Mountainside showing a little bit of poise there, but it's just a tough go against the Central Catholic Rams. Sherwood beat West Salem last night. They held off the Titans. Sherwood got out to a big lead in that one down in West Salem, and the Titans came back, but Sherwood held them off to win 35-27. So Sherwood will take their shot at Central Catholic at Hillsborough Stadium next weekend. That'll either be Friday or Saturday in the quarterfinals of the 6A. Also, the Tualatin Timberwolves, my goodness, is this team a machine right now. The Wolves put up 58 points against the Westview Wildcats last night to win 58-25 at the Wolves Den down in Tualatin. Tualatin will get a great story here, Trevor. Summit, they beat Roseburg last night 37-19. Summit unranked to the quarterfinals of the 6A. And they're going to play at Tualatin next weekend. Also, Wilsonville in 5A beat Hood River Valley last night 42-14. Thurston shutout Canby 20-0. Silverton beat North Salem 22-0. And West Albany beat Dallas 28-9. So 5A state semifinals are all set. It'll be Wilsonville and Thurston, Silverton, and West Albany. In the 4A last night, 4A quarterfinals, the Marshfield Pirates, they absolutely destroyed the Henley Hornets last night, 42-7. It was 35-0 at halftime as Dom Montiel, the best quarterback in the state. I don't care what classification you throw it out there. Dom Montiel, absolutely the best quarterback in this state. And he's got some offers. He's also got one offer from to play with Coach Bruce Barnum. How would you like to play Barney ball? I would love to have Bruce Barnum be my coach. Marshfield, they are my pick. Just write it down right now. Put it in your pin it in, not pencil it in. Pin it in. Put it in black dark ink. The Marshfield Pirates will finish 13-0 and be the 2021 4A state football champions. I'm writing it down right now. They are just that good, and they looked that good at Pete Susick Stadium last night in Coos Bay, winning 42-7. And they rested all their starters. So the winner of this game is going to get Marshfield next week. And good luck. That game will probably be at Cottage Grove High School. We don't know what the OSA's plans are. But Marshfield, something to keep in mind is Marshfield got to rest their starters almost the entire second half because it was a running clock for the whole second half. So Dom Montiel and Ezra Waterman and Miguel Velasquez, they all got to rest in the second half, so they're going to be ready to go. That's going to be a tough out for whoever wins this ball game tonight.
One score I didn't hear you give involving another local team, Gaston, in the 2A quarterfinals. They're at Silverton High School to take on Kennedy of Mount Angel.
Yeah, no report. We've got no report from that game.
So just under 2 minutes left. College football this afternoon. Actually, tonight, Oregon is hosting Washington State. And Oregon State still needing one win to become bowl eligible, hosting Stanford.
They're kicking off in about 15 minutes. And also, want to also give a little shout out to, we are playing right here at the Beaver Dam here this afternoon. That is the home of the Beaverton High School, the original high school here in the Tualatin Valley. Before this game, we were looking over the scoreboard. We were joking because it was like showed 2-0 Beavers on the scoreboard, which is the home team. So it's like, so Banks has a 2-0 lead already. Well, of course, that was left up there because the Beaverton girls soccer team played a semifinal game here last Wednesday. They played Forest Grove and won 2-0. So the Beaverton girls are going to be playing tonight at 7 o'clock for the 6A state championship over at Hillsborough Stadium. So good luck to the Beaverton girls soccer team as they are going to be taking on Grant tonight at 7 at Hillsborough Stadium. In fact, actually, all of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union state soccer finals are being held right now as we speak over at Hillsborough Stadium. It's an all-day, all-night affair, but just want to give that plug because we are at the Beaverton High School. So good luck, Beavers. Go Beavers.
Smaller school soccer championships being held at Liberty High School. Was offered the opportunity to do public address for that earlier today, but kind of an all-or-nothing situation with 4 championships being held at Liberty and not able to do both that and this.
All right, welcome back to the second half of this quarterfinal football game.
Mazama came out a couple minutes ago. They're stretching out on the sidelines. The Banks Braves just now coming out. They get that. It is Banks' home game here today, even though it's at Beaverton. It's Banks are the home team, and so they get their customary 3 minutes more on the halftime clock.
In case you came in late to today's game, this is the Mazama Vikings, the champions of the Skyline Conference, the number 5 seed in the OSAA 4A bracket.
Kind of a family affair at Mazama. Vic Lease, the head football coach of the Vikings, his wife Sue, the head girls basketball coach of the Vikings, and he is also the athletic director for Mazama High School.
Well, the OSAA is going digital with Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing partner of the OSAA. You can access tickets for all first round through state championship finals via the OSAA website or the OSAA Live app. Order your tickets in advance and present your digital ticket at the gate. Convenient, paperless, and easy to use. Just visit osaa.org/tickets. And if you are in Washington County or Beaverton right now, that'd be a great place to go to while you're waiting for the second half to begin, to go and get your tickets for tonight's 6A state girls soccer final and cheer on the Beaverton Beavers.
High school boys and girls basketball, winter sports right around the corner, starting the first week of December, about 2 weeks away. Banks Braves boys have a new head coach. Former head coach Pat Marlia will take over as former head coach Marcus Roach, a PE teacher at Forest Grove, lives just a couple of blocks from the school, will be taking over that program for the retired Greg Anders. Also, if you want to look, want to keep track on local news, weather, and sports information, check out westside'sgreatesthits.net. Playing top 40 local hits top 40 hits from the past 5 decades. Washington County's only local internet radio station.
And I want to give a shout out to Coach Bagley and the Banks girls basketball team. They are also getting their season ready. They've got a couple of tournaments coming up in December before and after Christmas. Before Christmas, they'll have the Banks holiday, the Banks Winter Shootout. That'll be happening December 20th through the 22nd at Banks High School. And then after that, they'll be at Sisters with the boys, right, Trevor?
Yeah, I had a talk with Brandon Bagley, head coach, a couple of days ago. He said they're still waiting for a couple more teams to finish filling out that tournament, but still hopes to have that the week before Christmas.
The start of the second half.
Banks going to receive to start the second half.
Short kick, and it's taken and down immediately by Hunter Smith, number 5, or Dylan Smith, at the 33. So the Braves will get decent field position to start the third quarter.
Probably their best, one of their best field positions, starting field positions of this game. So we'll see what they can do with it here and try to get this game even.
Braves come to the line. Mazama shuffles a couple of players along the front. Flippin looks to throw on first down, and now is going to step up into the pocket, throws late. And it's caught down inside the 35 of Mazama. Dangerous pass, but Jack Lutta able to make the grab at about the 34 of the Vikings.
Yeah, that was just a great throwing ball, and it was thrown perfectly right to Jack Lutta. There was a defender right on his back, and Jack just did a great job to go up and snag that ball and get a big first down all the way out to the across the 35-yard line of Mazama. Changed that field position in a hurry.
33 yards on the pass play to the Vikings 34. Goebel out of shotgun, again back to throw. Quick throw out, Charlie White makes a man miss and gets pushed forward up to about the 25. Gain of about 8 on a little hook route. Brings up second down and 2.
Gain of 9 on the play. A second down and 1 for the Braves. Ball advanced to the 25-yard line.
Second down and short for the Braves from the Vikings 25, down 14-7. Goebel out of shotgun. Again to throw, now rolls right, still looking. Now it's just going to have to throw it away as Jack Lida was guarded well in the end zone. They'll bring up third down and 2.
Pressure applied by number 2, Anderson. It's a second down and 1, ball at the 25.
Actually, second down and 1, 10:45 to go, third quarter. Mazama 14, Banks 7. You're listening to the 2021 OSAA On Point 4A State Football Quarterfinals. Now Jamar lined up as a receiver to the near side with Jack Lida. Man in motion is Aaron Brown, and fake the toss sweep. Pass is caught. Hunter Smith, and the ball came out. They're going to say incomplete. Mazama says they have it. It will be fourth down.
Coaches from Mazama were pointing back that it was going to be their ball, but no, a little premature. That was a big hit that time by the Mazama D lineman who just stood up. It was Hunter Smith that caught the ball, and he looked like he almost got decapitated. So kind of hard to hang on to that one. So I think they're going to go incomplete pass.
Play the game offensively so far for the Braves. They're going to go 4th and 1 from the Vikings 25. And it's Chuck White out of the Wildcat. Big push inside the 20, down near the 15. On 4th and 1, Charlie White's going to pick up about 10. And Braves don't run that play very often. Have seen it run, though, a couple of times over the last few years. Last time was with Blake Markham. But big first down that time for Charlie White.
Yeah, just give the ball to the big moose inside that is Charlie White. He is your offensive player of the year in this conference 2 years running. And, of course, you're going to give it to Charlie and show off more of what he can do and more what he could do for Coach Jonathan Smith maybe next year.
Third quarter, 14-7, Mazama again. Charlie White, direct snap, gets inside the 15, maybe to the 13, second down.
Again, doing that 2 plays in a row now with Charlie White taking the ball off the direct snap and going forward. Hey, you could know, if you're Mazama, you could know what's coming but there's a difference between knowing what's coming and stopping it. And so far it's been working for Banks. They could send over, Banks could send over their whole play chart and say, you know what's coming, you still got to stop it.
Goebel with trips near side. Aaron Brown, Jack Lyda, and Hunter Smith. Pass thrown short, but I believe Charlie White able to go down and grab it inside the 10.
Yeah, that was a good catch by Charlie, and it was a great job for him as, you know, he's 6'3", 6'4" out there, big frame, so he had to go all the way down and to his knees to catch that ball, but it was a nice job, nice effort by Charlie to catch that football.
3rd and 3 from the 9. Again, direct snap to Charlie White. Bowls his way forward, but I don't know if he got the first down. Far side official is holding up the fist, indicating 4th down, and Braves, I think, are going to go here on 4th down. Field goal really doesn't do you much good.
It's going to be 4th and 1, looks like, by the down marker.
So the ball will be marked at the 7.
4th and maybe a long one.
2 backs, and again, it's Charlie White on the direct snap, able to get outside, and I don't know. I don't think so. Mazama is saying they have the football on downs. Far side, and the official on the far side says 1st down Braves, and the Mazama coaches are.
Well, that's one of those situations where you're going to have one side's going to say yay and the other side. So Mazama, they're going to be down or up no matter what.
So on 4th and 1, Charlie White picks up 2 on the direct snap. Now they're back to the regular formation with flipping to the left of Goebel. Twins each side. Goebel back to throw. Pass is caught. Oh, no. Aaron Brown hit hard as he ball was thrown a little bit under, and Aaron Brown got hit right in the chest. He's a little shaken up, I think, on that play.
Yeah, that ball actually hit it hit in the turf. It hit in the orange of the end zone there first, and then it bounced up into him. So that was an incomplete pass all the way.
2nd and goal from the 5. 7:06 to go in the 3rd quarter. Mazama still a 14-7 lead, which is where we stood at halftime.
Cooper short hopped at that time. Little baseball term there.
Goebel looks to throw, rolls right out of the pocket, still looking, has to get rid of it, throws. Caught! Charlie White, center the end zone, but a flag. And now
pass complete. 32, Charlie White. Touchdown.
I think it might be a procedure penalty.
For a hold against the Braves. They're talking to the Braves, number 52. I think that's Braden Ball.
Flag was thrown at about the 6-yard line out here on the right side, so it's possible it might be on the defense.
Braves are backing up.
Little 5-yard penalty. Looks like somebody was lined up, maybe false start or lined up in the neutral zone. That's usually a defense, though. No, it's going to go back to the 10.
3rd and goal from the 10.
We'll see if Mazama shores up that hole that time, because Charlie White was wide open over the middle.
Now if you don't pick up the 1st down here, well, you got to score either way. Caught by Flippin, able to spin and get into the end zone. No, they said he stepped out at about the 2.
Yeah, going to mark him out of bounds at the 3-yard line. But it is enough to, it's going to be 3rd down.
Goal, so it's going to be 4th down. Ball will be marked at the 2. I'm sure the Braves will go for it on 4th down. 6:55 left.
Ball at the 2-yard line.
This is a situation here where I think you might just give it to Charlie White again with being this close to the end zone.
Yeah, exactly. Just let him bull rush because, the only thing Mazama's shown that they can do is just come on Charlie, because Charlie has the power to just drag them into the end zone.
Charlie White is lined up at quarterback. And gets outside, cuts back up, forward. No indication. Mazama saying they've held, and it's first down Vikings.
First down, but it's going to be first down Vikings on their 1 foot line.
Mazama takes over on downs inside the 1 after Charlie White is unable to get in the end zone on 4th and goal from the 2.
Vikings take over on downs, 1st and 10, ball inside the 1.
6:41 left, third quarter. Braves defense still down just 1 score, but defensive affair, points at a premium, and Braves need a turnover here to tie the game. For over 40 years, Pacific Office Automation has remained locally owned and operated, supporting the community and people and places that matter. That's why Pacific Office Automation continues to sponsor the OSAA year after year. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved. 1st and 10 for the Vikings from inside their own 1, 6:49 to go third quarter. And not much there, maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down for Mazama from about their own 2-yard line.
Play by the Vikings. Second down and 9, ball at the 1.
Mazama comes to the line. Their opening drive lasted nearly 6 minutes. 14-7 lead. They may just try to keep the ball for the rest of the third quarter here, and a big push up past the 5, close to the 8-yard line for Trevor Anderson. They'll bring up 3rd down and short for Mazama.
Big 3rd down for the Vikings here. If they can't convert on this 3rd down conversion, they're going to be in a situation where they're going to have to punt the football, and so that would be huge for the Braves, a huge stop to get the football back and get some pretty good field position.
3rd down and 2, close to 3 yards. 5:35 to go third quarter. Mazama 14-7 lead. Movement and a big push. I don't think so. I think he's going to be about a half a yard short. Should be 4th down.
Where the linesman is spotting it, it looks definitely at the 4th down.
They'll mark it just outside the 10. Need to get to the 11 for the first down. 5:10 to go, and Mazama, I think, is going to bring in their special teams unit.
Yeah, it looked like for a second they were thinking about it, maybe, let's go, and then at the last second they get a switch in personnel.
Now we have a whistle and a timeout. Mazama. 4:50 to go in the third quarter. Mazama 14 and the Banks Braves 7. We'll take a 30-second local break and be back after this.
Andy McNabb Allstate in North Plains is your local Allstate agent. Located at 10120 Northwest Glencoe, across from Subway. She has 20 years of Allstate experience providing auto, home, renters, life, and other insurance products. Get a quote and receive a $10 gift card. Andy McNabb Allstate. Call 503-433-5030. That's 503-433-5030.
Want to stay in shape? Be involved in a sport you love and earn money in the process? You can become an athletic official. There's a shortage of officials in Oregon, and we need you now more than ever. Just visit osaa.org/officials for more information and to get registered.
And we're back, 4th down and short for Mazama from just outside their own 10-yard line with 4:50 to go in the third quarter and a touchdown lead, 14-7.
4th and 1, Vikings.
Mazama appears to have changed their mind again and looks like they'll go. Huge play defensively, and they're going to get it off the far side with Aiden Kint all the way up past the 20-yard line and out of bounds.
Yeah, Jamar Flippin was still back deep to return what would have been a punt, but he was late getting up there in the safety. Not that had anything to mind, but kind of had to adjust the position. But Kent just found some running room off the right side, off the toss sweep right there, and had more than enough for the first down. So a huge pickup here for Mazama as they keep the drive continuing. And this is one key for the Braves is you got to get them off the field on third down.
4:15 to go, third quarter. Mazama 14-7 lead, and that's a much better job defensively as Charlie White able to wrap up Aiden Kint that time for just a short gain.
Yeah, if Charlie White is your leading tackler in the game, it means your defense is doing something good because he's right there in the middle linebacker, and that just means that you're not letting the opponents get past that second level. But Mazama has been able to do that a little bit today.
Right now, the difference in the game, a late first half interception thrown by Cooper Goebel with 48 seconds left out of their own shadow of their own end zone. Mazama scored 2 plays later on the ground to take the 14-7 lead. Van Gastel, Mazama quarterback under center. Off the far side, and a big hole for Trevor Anderson down the far side, and he may score. Finally knocked out of bounds at about the 30 by Jack Lyda, but Mazama's in business again.
Yeah, just we talked about changing field position, and that's another one of those big plays that changes field position right there by Trevor Smith to get out there and get off that edge, that right side, and big gainer.
Ball at the 36.
First and 10 Vikings from the Braves 36. And give to Trevor Anderson, short gain of about 2 to the 34, second down and 8.
Number 2, Anderson with the carry. Gain of 2 on the play. It's a second down and 8. Tackled by the interior line of the Braves.
Dear driver, you're invited to save big on a new Toyota. Hurry in today. Visit Toyota.com for more information. Toyota, let's go places. Second down and 8, and big give off the middle for Aiden Kint, and he's going to get the first down inside the 25, and a late flag that's likely going to go against the Braves.
I think that's going to be a late hit out of bounds as Aiden Kint got over there to the sidelines, and I think the Braves player just followed him all the way out there and just hit him a little bit too late.
So this is going to be a half the distance to the goal penalty, 15-yard personal foul variety if that is the call.
Face mask.
Face mask against the Braves. 2:27 left third quarter. Mazama about to go up 2 scores, barring a turnover.
And this would not be a situation that the Braves would want to be in here with late in the third quarter, under 2.5 minutes to go and down 2 scores. That's it's not impossible, but it's just insurmountable. I mean, it's just it's really, or not insurmountable, but it's just it puts you back up against the wall.
First and 10 for the Vikings from the Braves 12. Van Gastel will give it to Gailey for a short gain off the far side.
Spells his name like John Daly.
But with a G.
Yep.
2nd and 8 from the 10.
Spotted at the 10-yard line.
Toss off the far side to Kent, and Braves able to get there in time. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Great job by Jamar Flippin to hold off that time as he got there to the party a little bit late, coming over from the safety position, and he kind of crossed paths with the ball carrier that time, but a good job to hold up and not get called for something late.
3rd and 2 from the 4. Not sure what kind of kicker Mazama has, but any kicker with any type of a foot should be able to make it from inside the 10, but Mazama's going to get a big push and score.
Van Gastel.
Touchdown, Van Gastel on the keeper. 20-7 Vikings. No indication yet, but now they get the hands raised in the air. 20-7 with 1:39 left in the 3rd quarter. Vikings now up 2 scores, 20-7.
Yeah, that was just straight up the middle, just right off the snap. Tyson Van Gastel just took it all the way, just right off the center right there, right off of his hip, and just kind of walked right in. That's a pretty big offensive line for
Snap is down, and the extra point is good. 1:39 left in the 3rd quarter. It's now Mazama 21 and the Banks Braves 7. We'll take a local 30-second break and be back after this from Northside Rock.
Northside Rock Products in North Plains is where you can get gravel products directly from the quarry. They service contractors as well as homeowners. They can get rock straight from the quarry that's essential for paths, driveways, under concrete slabs and roads, as it packs and condenses well. Northside Rock Products offers a variety of quality crushed rock and fill material, as well as boulders and specialty rock. They offer trucks for hire for contractor work. Northside Rock Products can bring their mobile crusher to your jobs for on-site crushing and screening. Delivery is available. Get all you need at low winter rates. Northside Rock Products LLC on Northwest Dixie Mountain Road in North Plains. NorthsideRockProductsLLC.com.
And we're back, 1:39 left. Mazama now up 2 scores, 21-7 after Tyson Van Gastel, the quarterback for Mazama, also an interception in the game, scores from 4 yards out to put Mazama up 21-7. The kick is again high, not very deep, and Pooch kick is going to be fielded by Hunter Smith.
I think that's a case of not wanting to kick the ball deep because they're kicking it away from you-know-who back there.
And Jamar, unless he has some kind of breakout 4th quarter, is not going to reach 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he's only thrown the ball a couple of times, and it's just like a quick little 4-yard gain, and then once was back. So I mean, it's like 2 or 3 yards for -3 yards, and I mean that's a great game plan for Mazama. You know, take him out of the mix.
Goebel out of shotgun. Looks to throw. Pass caught. Charlie White, 30, 35. Finally tripped up, dragging defenders off the far side up to about the 38. First down for the Braves.
It's been a steady dose of Charlie White. Been pretty much riding Charlie Chuck this whole game, like, you know, run, catch, and giving him some nice tape for the next level.
Clock coming up on 1:15 in the 3rd quarter. Braves down 2 scores, 21-7.
Lights starting to take some effect here at the Beaver Dam at the Beaverton High School.
Twins on each side. Goebel with Flippin. Quick throw out again to Charlie White. And the ball came out. Mazama got it. And then they're going to say he was down first at about the 40, 39-yard line.
Gain of a yard. It's a 2nd down and 9. Call it 2nd down and 8 for the Braves.
Charlie White is back behind he's doing some stretching and might be getting some cramps a little bit. He was down to Haystacks behind the Banks huddle and stretching out a little bit.
Final play of the third quarter. 2nd down and 8 for the Braves from the 40. Aaron Brown goes in motion. Goebel looks to throw. Pass caught. Charlie White, 45, and down, 46-yard line maybe. So they will have time for one more play as the completion gives the Braves a first down.
Yeah, clock will stop just to move the chains, and then as soon as they get set, they'll likely start that again.
They're not going to get the play off to finish the third quarter, but the Braves are in business late in the third quarter with the ball 1st and 10 at the Vikings 45. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. Braves down 2 scores, Mazama 21 and Banks 7. We'll be back after this local 30-second break from Oregon Coffee Roaster.
Orleans Chamber of Commerce invites you to check out Oregon Coffee Roaster. Based in the Portland foothills, this wholesale roaster has decades of experience offering quality Arabica coffee and loose-leaf tea to businesses. Whether you're a business customer interested in a bulk order of 10 pounds or more, or a residential customer interested in smaller quantities, contact them today for your coffee needs. Call 503-647-5102 or visit their website, OregonCoffee.com.
And we're back to start the fourth quarter, 21-7.
You can stay up to date with everything high school, including news, stories, coaches, polls, and more by visiting OSAA Today. Go to osaa.org/today. Visit OSAA Today today.
Goebel with man in motion. Jack Lyda coming right to left. Goebel looks to throw. Still looking. Has Aaron Brown, and it's knocked away. Great defensive play by Savian Burke.
Yeah, that was great coverage that time by Burke. He was right there step for step with AB that time, and the ball was coming, and Burke just he punched that ball away, knocked it down. Great play, and you can tell that we are on the visiting side of the football field today.
Touchdown saving play for Savian Burke, as Aaron Brown likely would have scored on the catch. Hunter Smith to the near side, trips wide to the opposite side, home side of the field. At Beaverton, Goebel out of shotgun, passes high, caught by Charlie White, and that was a dangerous play. Charlie White's not able to go up and make that catch. That's an interception.
Yeah, was that ever dangerous? It was great play by Charlie White, making play after play today, going up to catch that ball, and I think that Cooper is going to owe Charlie a steak dinner after this game.
3rd down and 4, likely two down territory, down 2 scores early fourth quarter. Normally down 2 scores would not be a 4th down situation, but points at a premium this afternoon. Goebel flipping to his left, looks to throw, dumps it off to Charlie White, actually it's Jamar, and I think he's close to the 35, maybe about a half a yard short.
Yeah, they're going to spot it. That's a Pac-12 spot right there. They're going to spot him a yard short. 4th down.
4th and 1, and the Braves are going to keep their offense on the field. Under 11 minutes to go in the game, down 21-7. Really surprised they're not going with Charlie White, and the Wildcat here passes caught. Jamar flipping down to the 30, first down Braves.
Yeah, right there. If you're not going to go to Charlie White, there's another man you can go to, and that's Jamar flipping. Kind of hard to cover them both out there on the football field because they both require a lot of group. So in that time they were kind of covering Charlie White, and Jamar flipping came open over the flat. Nice find by Cooper. Get the first down, move the sticks, but you got to score right here.
21-7, clock coming up under 10 minutes. Goebel looks to throw, pass Charlie White, hit immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, great job by number 4 for Mazama that time, coming up, staying home and being right there to
Tanner Wood.
Tanner Wood to track Charlie White. But Banks they're taking these little short passes. it's almost like they're kind of a little bit, afraid sort of to kind of go deep after the interception.
2nd down and 9. Goebel rolls right. Still looking. Throws. Underthrown. Caught by Charlie White down at the 5.
Not that time, though. That was they went right over it, and they found Charlie White. A little worried because there was great coverage there as Mazama brought some great coverage back there, but Charlie White just put it where Charlie White can go and get it, and Charlie's going to get it, and it's 1st and goal for the Banks Braves.
Growing up in the playgrounds, we played a little football game called 500. You just throw the ball straight up in the air and see who can catch it, and that was kind of the situation there with Charlie White. 1st and goal for the Braves from the Vikings 5. Clock nearing 9 minutes. Give it to Jamar. Touchdown! Jamar Flippin hasn't seen a lot of carries today. Gets his first score of the game. 9:01 left, 21-14 pulls the Braves back within 1. Still plenty of time, but not a lot of points being scored this afternoon.
No, points have been at a premium, but that's a good time. I mean, you would have liked to maybe score a couple minutes earlier, but still with 9 minutes, you still got a chance right there with just down a touchdown. Don't go anywhere.
Hesselman to attempt the extra point. Snap is down. Kick is up and through. 9:01 to go in the 4th quarter. It's now Mazama 21 and Banks 14. We'll take a 30-second local break and be back after this from Shannon Jennings Insurance.
Shannon Jennings of North Plains is your local independent insurance agent. Are you overpaying for insurance? She can partner with a vast range of insurance companies to provide you with the most competitive products and services. Whether it's your home, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, we take the time to learn about you, your family, and your business to find the best coverage to protect your unique needs. For quality insurance coverage at affordable prices, call 503-444-0566 or email Shannon at shannonjenningsinsurance.com.
And we're back. 9 minutes to go in the game. 21-14. Mazama. Banks pulls back within a score after a 5-yard touchdown run from Jamar Flippin. Braves need to get a stop, though, on this drive. Mazama had a 6-minute drive to start the game, all on the ground.
Vikings have their hands team somewhat in there now. They're expecting possible Banks onside kick try, though there's 9
And Hesselman is going to boot it away. And it's taken by Anderson, and Mazama's going to try a little trickery, and Aiden Kind's going to get swallowed up inside the 20.
Yeah, Mazama tried to be a little too cute, thinking that they can get around, but not have it. That time the Banks Braves staying home and playing their assignment football that time, and keeping back there and not let them get anything big there. So now if you're Banks, it really comes a situation where you really got to hold them to a 3-and-out. I don't think the Braves have gotten a 3-and-out against them yet today, but you really got to buckle down and get a 3-and-out right here.
Maybe a couple of times early in the contest, but not very many 3-and-outs for Mazama. 8:55 left. Mazama with the football, up 21-14. Braves with the momentum. And late toss out to Anderson, and he's going to get the first down and more. Tripped up off. Nice tackle off the side, but Anderson's going to get all the way up to the 40, close to the 40-yard line. The pickup of about 20 on the carry for actually Brandon Gailey on the carry.
Logan Kind and looked like Jack Lyda was in there to make the stop for the Braves that time, but not before Anderson got a huge chunk of yardage and getting the ball closer to the 40-yard line for Mazama. So not going to get the
gain of 21 to the Viking 39. Van Gastel under center. And big push. He'll get across the 40, and that's about it. 41, maybe the 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Mazama thought they could get something right over the middle, I guess, because they just went straight ahead right into the teeth of that Banks defense. What they're trying to do, though, we've seen that in this game. They're trying to just kind of go straight up the middle and try to get this rugby effect and just kind of push the pile, but it didn't work that time.
2nd down and 7 from the 42. Braves fans across the way start to come alive. Van Gastel's going to keep his eye on the clock and take as much of the play clock as he can. Clock under 8 minutes. Mazama up 1 score, and Kent is not going to get much. Maybe a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6, and this is the defensive play of the game for the Braves.
Yeah, Logan Kind again on the stop that time. That's 2 stops in a row for Logan Kind, and you're right, Trevor. Right now, you've got to make a stop with just over 7 minutes to go here in the ball game, and maybe 7 minutes in your season. You got to make a stop right here and get this ball back.
3rd and 6 from the Vikings 43. Mazama with the football, up 1 score, exactly 7 minutes left. Van Gastel looking straight ahead at the timer. Now sets down in position and give off the far side. Big push, but I don't know. Mazama says they have it.
Tackled by number 52, Brown.
Initially looked like he was going to be stopped.
Very close. I think it's just inside.
4th
It might be
down
inches.
And short. And here we go. Oh, they're going to give him the 1st down.
Yeah, it was very, very close. It was down there looking at where the linesman was with where the ball was. It was like right there. So
Clock will be under 6 minutes when the Vikings snap the football. 1st and 10 for Mazama, up 21-14.
And I don't think the Braves had taken a timeout this half. Maybe one. I don't know. I think they have
Whistles
a full
and a
allotment.
flag, maybe a false start.
Maybe they took too much time.
Delay of game against the Vikings, too much time.
That's just fine for Mazama. They'll take that. They'll take the yardage and they'll take delay game. But now the clock is stopped for them. So
Couple of somebody on the Braves coaching staff, couple of members of the Braves coaching staffs with rally towels.
15, ball at the 30 or 44-yard line.
And the give off the far side and diving forward
Tackle made by number 58.
to about the 40.
Number 2, Anderson.
Gain of 2 to the 46.
Play, ball to the 46.
2nd down and 13.
Ball under 6 minutes in the game.
5.5 minutes left, 21-14. Vikings with the lead and the football. 2nd down and 13. Van Gastel now sits down in position. Toss sweep off the far side, and Kent is going to get down to about the Braves 45, and will be about 4 yards short. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
another big 3rd down. Fire up the chainsaw right here to build that dam. You got to build that wall up right here. You cannot let them get that 4 yards, but it is 3rd and 4 in a manageable situation. But
actually, favorable spot for the Braves. Are actually going to mark it at the 44, so that'll give the defense an extra yard. 3rd down and 5 from the 46. Need to get to the 41 to pick up the 1st down. Clock is stopped. 5:13 left. He's not going to get it. It'll be 4th down for the Vikings.
And
just across the 45.
4th down stop, but also right now the other thing is the clock continues to run right now as it's in the middle of the field, and of course Mazama's not going to call a timeout. But I think what Banks is doing right now is saving those timeouts for when they have the football.
4th and 3 from the Vikings, or from the Braves 44.
And they're, of course, going to go for it and let this clock go down even more.
And the 1st down here may put it away. Clock is going to be down around 4 minutes when the Vikings spot the football, and we have a whistle and a timeout. Mazama.
Wow. That plays into the hands of Banks right there.
Exactly 4.5 minutes left. Still Mazama 21 and the Banks Braves 14. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Specialty Screen Printing, or Scoggins Creek Coffee.
Scoggins Creek Coffee is proud to offer delicious hot drinks and delectable breakfast items too. Visit their 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton. Open 7 days a week, Mondays through Saturdays until 5 and Sundays until 3. Make sure to ask about their weekly specials and visit their Facebook page. Scoggins Creek Coffee, 503-985-3483.
And we're back, 4th and 3 for the Vikings from their own 40, from the Braves 44. Need to get to the 41. 4.5 minutes left. Mazama a 21-14 lead. Now rally towels all over the field for the Braves. Van Gastel under center. And not, the toss sweep late, and they're going to get the first down. They faked the push up the middle and then tossed it out to Tanner Wood down the near side. And big gain for Mazama to get the first down, 1st and 10 inside the Braves 40 to about the 38. Clock does stop, though, with 4:25 left on the incompletion and the out-of-bounds play.
Actually, that was Brandon Gailey that carried the ball for Mazama, number 14, down the right sideline.
1st and 10 for the Vikings from the Braves 37. 4:25 left. Gailey, a big push up the middle, finally brought down to the 20, and a late flag, now 2 flags. And Mazama fans, and the 3rd flag.
I think one of those is going to be against
Mazama,
because I saw them kind of losing their cool a little bit. Not very composed winners right now are the Mazama Vikings.
4:19 left, 21-14 Mazama driving with the football inside.
Fellas, remember this is you gotta be good sports.
Inside the Braves 20. A lot of playoff history against these two teams.
Huge chunk of yardage there by Brandon Gailey that time, but I think a lot of this is going to be coming back with boneheaded penalties.
Personal foul, face mask against the Braves.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Mazama. It's unfortunate in high school they don't say the number because I believe this year, just like college, in high school football, those unsportsmanlike conduct penalties are actually counted up. And if you get, I think it's 2 in a game, you're ejected from the game. Or just not ejected, but dismissed from the game.
Well, one of the Black Hats had marked the ball down at the 10 and is now going to bring the football back. They may have been just trying to figure out where to measure.
Result of the play: face mask called on the Braves, then unsportsmanlike on Vikings. 1st and 10.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25. Clock starts, 4:10 left. Braves need a turnover, and Mazama, a running team, likely not to put the ball in the air, have not fumbled the game, have not fumbled the football today, just 1 interception. Under 4 minutes from the 25. Big push.
There's that rugby push again.
Inside the 20, takes the clock under 4 minutes, and I think the Braves may have called their first. Heard a whistle, thought maybe the Braves called their first timeout.
Yeah, Mazama just gets right down the middle of the football field. It just looks like this rugby swarm right down the middle of the field, and they just get this push. Didn't get much that time, but did pick up a few yards. 2nd and 5.
Mazama football from the Braves 20, 3:15 left. Mazama 21, Banks 14. Van Gastel looking at the clock now. Sets in position, and Trevor Anderson is taken out at the knees just as he crosses the 20. Charlie White a little slow to get up.
Yeah, good time that time by the Banks defensive front, not let him get too much there. Kind of stonewalled him there as he just got across the 20-yard line. To about, well, I guess they're going to give him to the 19, give him a yard.
Third down for Mazama. Braves need a stop. 2.5 minutes left.
Stop and a strip would be good.
And the give to Anderson, tripped up across the 15. I think he's got the first down, and that will likely end the game. No, it's 4th down and about half a yard.
Yeah, just played it gaily again off the right tackle, and got a little bit of a push there right there, but not quite all that he needed, and it's going to be just inches short, and Banks wants to talk about it.
2:09 left. Mazama 21, Banks 14. 4th and a half a yard from about the Braves 16. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
And we're back, 21-14 Mazama, 4th and half a yard for the Vikings from the 16, 2:09 left, and here's your ball game. Van Gastel, big push, and they're going to get the first down with the surge. Mazama 1st and 10, down to about the 13, and Mazama can now just run out the clock with 2 minutes left.
And Sabian Burke came up, he was in there on the play and came up excited on that one as the Mazama faithful down below us and the players, they can certainly feel it and sense that they're going to be moving on, but moving on to play a machine that is the Marshfield Pirates next week. That would be a rematch for them.
You had a 3A final upset after break. If you want to go ahead and give that.
Final score in the 3As, an upset. Vale Vikings beat Rainier 14-6. Shut out the Columbians in the second half.
Big push for Mazama inside the 10. Banks calls their second timeout. They'll only have one more opportunity to stop the clock after this. 1:23 left. Got to get some sponsors in. We'll take another 30-second break and be back after this from Tenente's Pizza of North Plains.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to Tenente's Pizza and Subs. Try one of the many specialty pizzas like the Mama Supremo or a delicious torpedo sub sandwich. Mention Westside Greatest Hits and save 10% off your order. Tenente's Pizza and Subs at the corner of Glencoe and Pacific in North Plains. Open 11 to 8:30 Monday through Saturday and Sunday 3 to 8 for carry-out and delivery. Visit the website, Tenente'sPizzaAndSubs.com, or call 503-647-5761.
We're back. Braves call their second timeout, down 21-14. Mazama the football, 1:23 left. inside. Mazama with the football inside the Braves 10.
Here we go, coming out of the timeout.
Second down and 8.
Second down and 8.
Ball at the 10. Banks likely to have their season come to an end at 8-2. Mazama would improve to 9-2 with the win and take on Marshfield. The snap from Van Gastel. Give to...
Or Banks had actually fallen to 9-2.
Oh, you're right. Give to Brandon Gately for short gain.
Another Cole Linehan will use, I think this is his third and final timeout that he uses.
We'll take our last break and be back in 30 seconds.
The Army National Guard plays a vital role in your community. We're on the front lines supporting essential personnel, first responders, law enforcement, and medical professionals, delivering food, supplies, and medicine, keeping communities safe, making a difference. During emergencies, we're always ready, always there. Learn more about part-time service in the Army National Guard at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Oregon Army National Guard, aired by the Oregon Association of Broadcasters and this station.
.119 left, 21-14, Mazama 3rd and 5. And flag on the play, and it's going to be 4th down, but barring, well, depending on who this penalty is on, but that will stop the clock with 1:16 left.
Penalty marker on the play.
So great thing about the penalty is the clock stops.
It's going to go against Mazama.
Well, that's a break for a break of very few for the Braves today. The White Hat is trying to get all the information in here. I think they're about ready to do a Zoom conference down there on the field. Maybe to bring in the Jack Folliard, the executive. Personal foul. Personal foul. Couldn't see the official, of course. The home side of the press box is on the other side. As personal foul was declined. The White Hat is facing the other side. That's where the home box is, so we can't see what he was signaling.
So personal foul against Mazama. Vic Lease not happy with what he's being told. Now they're going to start the clock on the snap of the football. Banks has declined the penalty despite it being a personal foul. 4th and 5. Or 4th. Must be 4th down and 4 from the 5 because they have the first down marker up. It's not 4th and goal. So here we go, 1:16 left. Mazama, not a boneheaded play, but a boneheaded penalty to stop the clock and give the Braves one more chance. And getting to the outside, he's not going to get it. Did he get the first down, though? He did get out of bounds.
Drew Brown said is saying it's Banks football, but
1:12 left. It's first down. Oh, it's
first down Banks
football with 1:12 left from inside the 5. So here we go. One more opportunity for the Braves to tie it. But they have to go basically the length of the field with 1:12 left and no timeouts.
And starting on their 3-yard line, they got to go 97 yards, but they went 95 yards on a pass play to open this football game. When you've got Cooper Goebel at quarterback and Charlie White, anything's possible.
Could we see overtime? Global out of shotgun, center of his own end zone. Low snap, rolls right. Got to be careful. Pass, diving effort from Jack Lyda is incomplete.
So they'll bring up second down and it'll stop the clock. That's the important thing. So 1:08 to go. Perhaps maybe in the season or maybe in regulation. We'll see what offensive coordinator Jason Tufts and head coach Cole Linehan draw up here.
2nd and 10 from the 3. Braves down 21-14, but do have the football, but need to go 97 yards with 68 seconds on the clock. Man in motion is Hunter Smith. Right to left. Now flipping starts to come back left. Now goes back right. Goebel out of shotgun again. Low snap. Has to be careful. Rolling right. Throws and coming back for the football. Jamar Flippin makes the first down grab up around the 23. That'll stop the clock with exactly 1 minute and gives the Braves a first down and gets them out of their own end zone.
And the Braves are going to go hurry right here. No huddle. They get to the line.
50 seconds. Global chucks the football at the ground to stop the clock. 50 seconds left. 21-14, Mazama will keep things here. Braves need to go 77 yards, but not sure Cooper Goebel has quite that kind of arm, but we did see Charlie White go 95 yards on the opening play.
You know, you got two electric weapons out there on the offense in both Charlie White and Jamar Flippin, but don't count out Aaron Brown. He's also capable of making a big play out there.
50 seconds left. 21-14 Mazama. Braves with the football after holding on 4th and short from inside the 5. Whistles and a timeout or a false start against the Braves. Did not see a flag. Penalty against Banks.
Ugh. It's going to move him back 5 more yards. That flag was out here in the way out here by the 50-yard line.
2nd down and 15 from the 18. Goebel out of shotgun, has to get rid of it. Throws, and it is overthrown, intended for Jamar Flippin. 3rd down.
And pretty good coverage that time by the defense. No interference or anything right there. Just a good, clean play back there in the backfield.
Fox never started.
Well, that's a good home clock operator right there. Home cooking.
Way to go, voice of the Banks Braves. Officials, I think, are going to...
I think Mazama faithful also catching wind of that the clock didn't really start.
Officials are going to let a couple seconds run off the clock and take it to 42. Third down and long, 4-down territory from inside their own 20, down 1 score with less than a minute left. Goebel rolling right, throws, and out of bounds, incomplete. Jack Lyda trying to make a diving grab, and this is the ball game 4th and 15 from the 18.
Yeah, now it's you got to come up with some sort of, if you've got the play of plays to dial up to somebody. I mean, this is the kind of play right here that maybe like the old the Cal Stanford game, the Stanford band coming on the field and.
Or the hook and ladder or Statue of Liberty, or
if you've got that one play in your playbook, you might want to think about using it right here.
4th down and 15 from the 18, 40 seconds left. Mazama a 1-score lead over the Braves. Banks held on 4th and short inside the 5 to get the ball back, able to get 1 first down, but then couple of incompletions. Goebel, here's the play of the game. Rolling right, throws, and it is incomplete. And there's your ball game intended for Jamar Flippin, but flags on the field. We're going to have a pass interference. I think the ball was uncatchable.
Well, you know, Aaron Brown had a shot at it over here in the middle of the field, and if not interfered with, he might have been able to catch up to the ball.
We'll see what the penalty is.
Not many breaks for the Braves today, but finally getting a break right there.
On the last drive of the game. Pass interference against the Vikings with 34 seconds left. So if one first down on the pass play from inside their own 5, and now a first down on a pass interference is going to put the ball all the way up near the 40, and this might actually, they're going to mark it at the 34 with 34 seconds left.
Another big play for the Braves.
Goebel gets a new set of downs following the penalty. Steps up into the pocket, throws, has
Wide
Charlie
open.
White, 45, 50, hurdles the defender, gets out of bounds. 27 seconds left.
Great job by Charlie White to know where he was. He knew he was at the sidelines, and he knew he had to get out of bounds. So great job. Way to work the clock, get that chunk of yardage. And I'm surprised that Charlie White was as open as he was. He was wide open out here.
And the Braves are doing this all with no timeouts from inside their own 5-yard line. Now have the ball in Viking territory at the Mazama 49 with 27 seconds left, down 1 score. 4 receiver set, trips offset to the far side with flipping to his right. Goebel rolls right, still looking, has to get rid of it, throws, and out of bounds, just a little bit too high for Aaron Brown. Not sure he would have made that catch inbound anyway, even if he made the grab.
It was just off his fingertips, and I mean, if Charlie White, you're right, if he can't come up with a catch, I mean, not much chance of anybody coming up with that.
22 seconds left on the incompletion out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 from the Viking 49. 21-14. It's been a defensive battle since both teams scored on their opening drives.
You wouldn't expect anything less in a quarterfinal matchup. Fighting for a bid to the Final Four.
Tight formation for the Braves with flipping to the right of Goebel. Charlie White to the near side. 3 receiver, 4 receiver set. Goebel straight drop, has to get rid of it. Scrambles away and still looking downfield. Still looking, throws, and it is, nearly caught. Able to come back for the football, Aaron Brown, and now it's going to be 3rd down. And that play took almost 10 seconds, clock down to 13.
Yeah, Aaron Brown was down there, but he had a man right with him, stride for stride, and that ball was just underthrown. He just he needed a little bit more air on that under that ball. Braves fans are got that brown paper bag blowing into it about now. Deep breaths.
A drama-filled, high-intensity final minute and change for the Braves offense, trying to come back from a 1-score deficit with the ball at the Vikings 49. 13 seconds left. Charlie White in motion left to right. Low snap. Goebel rolling right, still looking, and just throws it away. That play took half of what was left on the clock, and now 7 seconds left. 1, maybe 2 plays if you hurry, and this game is going to come all the way down to the wire.
7 seconds with 4th down right here. I mean, you're down to your last down in the series. 7 seconds. I mean, this likely could be the very last play of the game right here. It all comes down to this.
The game of the quarterfinals so far, 21-14 Mazama, 4 versus 5. Goebel out of shotgun, still looking. Mazama brings the house, has to get rid of it. Throws way downfield, and it is tipped and knocked away out of bounds, or knocked away incomplete, and that'll end the ball game. Incredible finish, but the Braves come up just short and see their season come to an end at 9-2. Much better effort than last year when these two teams played at Cottage Grove, but nothing to hang your head about today. The Braves come up just short, 21-14, on a pass play that's knocked away at the goal line. Mazama will advance to take on Marshfield next Saturday, likely at Cottage Grove. The other semifinal will see Estacada take on Marist Catholic Spartans of Eugene. We'll take a 90-second break and get you our final OSAA spots in for today. Final score, number 5, Mazama 21, Banks 14.
Dear Exit Strategy, no matter which Toyota you choose, there's an exit from the ordinary to match. See you soon, Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer or toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places.
We've been growing to serve people. You know, parent people, working people, teacher people, and student people too. We added 20 new branches in Fred Meyer locations, hired more on-point people, and continued to give back to people in our community. If all that makes you think we're your kind of people, then we're ready to help you too. On Point Community Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
So if that answers all your questions about your new cloud storage, would you like to hear about our voice over internet systems?
Sounds perfect.
Well done. Let's try it again. This time, ask about data security.
Yeah!
Would you enjoy working on a world-class team with the best training in the country? Then consider a career at Pacific Office Automation. Join our fast-growing team where we offer strong benefits and competitive compensation. Apply at pacificoffice.com/careers. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
And we're back. Unfortunately, one team has to come up on the losing side. Today, the Braves came up just short, 21-14. Got the ball back inside their own 5 with a little over a minute left, out of timeouts, and did pick up a first down on the first set of downs, all the way up to the 23. Had a false start or delay of game penalty that backed them up 5 yards, but got another break on a personal foul. Got them to the 34. Charlie White, a pass play up inside the Vikings territory to the 49, but Braves ran out of timeouts and ran out of time. Did get the ball thrown on a pass play that I believe, if caught, would have had a chance to score and tie the game, but knocked away at the goal line on kind of a jump ball situation, and the clock hits 0 on the Braves season with Mazama a 21-14 winner. And the Vikings will advance to take on Marshfield next Saturday, likely at Cottage Grove.
Yeah, high drama-filled game for sure. And actually, this is, I would say, looking at all of the 4A quarterfinal games this weekend, the games played last night and this week, this was by far the closest, the best, the most intense game right here today. The other games just straight up, blowouts. But like you said, it's tough that one team has to, unfortunately, you can't have two teams go on into the semifinals, although it might take two teams making a super team to go into Marshfield next week in that semifinal. But just tip of the cap to Mazama making one more play than Banks did today. And it's just unfortunate that it had to come down to that little sequence there late in the second quarter. But that's not going to define Banks' season. Banks has had an unbelievably good season, great season. Charlie White, just feel bad for the seniors of this team, Cooper Goebel, Charlie White, Jamar Flippin, that they couldn't do something more special in their final game.
And that sequence you mentioned, for those who may have missed the first half, Vikings gave the ball back to the Braves deep, I think, on a turnover inside the 5. Braves elected to try to catch Mazama off guard on a pass play that couldn't tell who the receiver was, but hit him in the hands, popped up in the air, and was intercepted by Mazama with 48 seconds left inside the Braves' 20. And Mazama was able to score a couple plays later with 13 seconds left to take a 14-7 lead at halftime. And that was the difference in the game as Mazama comes away with the 21-14 victory. The 5-seed Vikings over the 4-seed Banks Braves, a cup battle of two district champions. Mazama, the winners of 4A District 5 Skyline Conference, and the Banks Braves, winners of the 4A District 1 Co-op League. Our Oregon Army National Guard heroes, plural of the game, decided to use 2 with the the importance of today's game being state quarterfinals belong to Charlie White of the Banks Braves, Mr. Everything, on a day when Jamar Flippin was held well under his 1,000-yard total for the season. Didn't see a lot of carries. Did get a 5-yard run for a touchdown, which was the Braves' only score in the second half. But Charlie White lined up at a Wildcat, running the football, catching the football, that big drive, or that big catch on the final drive of the game that got the Braves even in a chance to tie the game on the pass play inside Vikings territory.
Several tackles, too. Several great plays on defense for Charlie White as well. I mean, he was right there in the middle. A lot of action coming to him, so easy to give him the hero of the game and really the hero of the season.
And I didn't see an MVP for or player of the year. I'm pretty sure Charlie White got that, too, being offensive and defensive player of the year. But Charlie White definitely has some potential to play Division I football as either a tight end or a linebacker. Other hero of the game for Mazama, Tyson Van Gastel. He had an interception for Mazama. Also the starting quarterback, plays both sides of the football, as does every member of this Mazama roster. Cooper Goebel, Braves quarterback, is quarterback only, does not play defense. But Tyson Van Gastel with his great performance on both sides of the football for the Vikings as they come away victorious 21-14 over the Braves and advance to take on Marshfield next weekend.
And, of course, the Final Four is set for the 4A, Class 4A OSAA On Point Community Credit Union State Football Championships. Mazama Vikings, it's going to be a rematch. They're going to play the Marshfield Pirates. The Pirates got them in Week 1, 35-20. I'm sure that Mazama has improved great since that game, but Marshfield has also improved as well. And they're going to have, if Mazama had their hands full certainly here today with Banks, they're going to have their hands full threefold against Dom Montiel and Ezra Waterman and Miguel Velasquez, and just the rest of the Marshfield Pirates. That is just a team. And I will tell you right now, I'm going to go on record and saying the Marshfield Pirates will be 13-0. They'll be your 2021 state champions of the Class 4A. May not be popular with folks in Klamath Falls, but that's just how it is. The Marshfield Pirates are for real, and they are the juggernaut in 4A football this year. I think they would keep up with a lot of teams in 6A football in Oregon. I really do. They are that good, and Dom Montiel is that good. So good luck, Mazama, in your rematch with Marshfield. They beat you once. They're going to beat you twice, and Marshfield's going to win the state championship. But that's just how it is. But really feel for the Banks Braves today that they just couldn't. They tried. They gave it their all. They played till the final whistle, and couldn't come out victorious. Of course, the other semifinal is going to be the Estacada Rangers taking on the Marist Spartans in that one. So got a fun weekend ahead in 4A football. Certainly we'll be following all those. Some other scores to pass along today. Of course, we told you, unfortunately, the Rainier Columbian season came to an end today. They lost to Vail 14-6.
So that'll do it for us. Our final score again, Mazama advances to the semifinals to take on Marshfield of Coos Bay. Mazama 21, Banks 14. Our next broadcast likely will be December 1st, Jonathan, as the Lady Braves will host the 3A, not sure their mascot, 3A Riverdale of Southwest Portland up on the hill up by Lewis and Clark will be the opener for Banks Lady Braves basketball. And then they'll be at LeGrand and then host Staten on December 7th. That's a day after the Banks Braves boys are at Staten. Normally that's a home-and-home situation for a lot of non-league games. But our first broadcast for basketball coming up the first day of December, Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, unless something changes with my officiating schedule that I've not been made aware of yet. Also officiating high school basketball this season. So, Jonathan, anything you want to add tonight before we sign off for the final time for football season?
Just a great season for the Banks Braves. Nothing to hang their heads about. I mean, 9-win season, 9-2, just came up a little bit short a 10-win season, but it'll be interesting to see. They've got losing a lot of seniors this year, but we saw some good things from some young guys getting in there. I mean, you got Christian Leida, who will be back. Likely will probably be competing for the starting quarterback spot. Ashton Crossan, we also saw run quarterback a little bit. But then, of course, we didn't see much of them in the last few games of the season, but Justin Walters early on in the season ran well at running back. So with Jamar Flippin graduating, they're going to be looking for a new running back. And
I would expect that to be either
Justin
Michael
Walters
or
and Davon Vereen. Also, Davon Vereen has been getting a lot of the carries, spelling Jamar later in the year. So you've got Davon Vereen and Justin Walters in there battling for that. But then also, don't forget about the big Ramble, Aiden Ramble, who also we saw this year. So, Cole Linehan and his staff, they do a great job, and they'll get those guys in the weight room and get them back and get them to this point. No doubt about that. I don't think you're going to see a drop-off at all in Banks football. I mean, Banks football. Need we say more?
So to the Banks players, coaches, and administration, we say thank you for letting us come along for the ride and share it with fans who could not be here throughout the season. We sign off for the final time tonight for football season with a final score of Mazama 21, Banks 14. We'll be back December 1st with high school basketball.
And thanks to Beaverton High School for letting us play this home game here.
So for Jonathan Lee, I'm Trevor Beard. Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast. We'll be back December 1st with girls basketball on Westside Mobile Media. Good night, God bless, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you for listening to this OSAA On Point Community Credit Union State Championship event. Serving more than 452,000 members, On Point Community Credit Union is the largest locally headquartered credit union and is the proud title sponsor of OSAA State Championships. Your local Toyota dealers are proud to support the OSAA. Toyota, let's go places. The OSAA Radio Network is presented by Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.